Yeah, man. Welcome back, people. Welcome back, people. Look like my final out if we solved a little freezing situation, the people. Maybe I do some like a last minute check party. Big up on yourself, people. You see, today is gonna be a different kind of show. Check. Newton thing, Sylvester. Today's show. Big up yourself, Dean Fraser. Today's show, right? This is a discussion I've been kind of having with some people behind the scene or in front of the scene, right? Karoy Anderson, Kaheim Dixon, right? People, I want you to hear me out. And this is not no bias to odds the youth because the youth come from England. If we look on the pathway for a player like Karoy Anderson in England, right? Karoy Anderson, them born, raised in England. All right. Now he's on the bench at Charlton Athletic, right? My thing is this. I cannot see how Karoy Anderson can help this current Jamaican team. No, big up yourself, Ghost One. I don't see how Karoy Anderson can help this current team. People are saying, no, but JT, you need to drop Dixon too, because Dixon, I know segregation thing, Newton. We have a discussion here so today. You see? I don't know. And you know, so some people come steam up the thing like come on and say a segregation. But it's not segregation, brother. It is realism and being realistic with where we are as a team. I want to tell me, can Karoy Anderson really help the team right now? On the other hand, I said that Kaheim Dixon can offer a bit more off the bench than a Karoy Anderson right now for the Reggae Boys based on the position that both players play. Karoy Anderson is not going to come on the field as an impact player. You're not going to try to get a substitution. You're not going to get a substitution and you say, okay, let me bring in Karoy Anderson if he come in and change the game. While I think that Kaheim Dixon could potentially give you that. But then on the other hand, people are saying, JT, the two player them, they are League One. Dixon can't even make the team where Karoy Anderson dip on the bench. And what I'm saying is, bro, people need to use them brain. When a player get developed in Jamaica, right? Basically, we argue upon YouTube, so the player them not even get developed, right? We argue upon YouTube. I'm gonna give Paul Stewart a call. We argue upon YouTube, so the player them not even get developed in Jamaica. So I'm saying that the odds are against Kaheim Dixon going to England because he didn't get any development, while Karoy Anderson has been developing since Wappy killed Philip, because he was born in England. He might play structured football from him about 9 years old. So the expectation cannot be the same for both players, bro. You can't find a youth at Jamaica where you kick box, juice box, and figure out how to make it and compare him to a youth where you play upon proper surface, where you get proper training. You see me, I say, he might get proper training, proper physio. The whole thing, I don't think they can compare those two things, brother, because Karoy Anderson has been developing in the English system. Kaheim Dixon never go to England with that. Kaheim Dixon just starting to develop now. And what I'm saying is Kaheim Dixon coming off the bench seems for me that he offers something more to the national team than a Karoy Anderson. I don't know if you're following the discussion here, Paul.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me? You were calling earlier, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, you mean?
Yeah.
Outside city, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But the trend of the discussion, I said, remind me.
Oh, okay. No, I was saying that Karoy Anderson, I don't see how Karoy Anderson could help Jamaica right now But some people are saying to me that since he's on the bench at Charlton and Kaheim Dixon is not on the bench, he has a higher chance in the team. And I believe that Kaheim Dixon would offer more. That's just my opinion.
You could be right. You could be right. But Kaheim Dixon get a whole of a game these days, right?
No, U21. He's in the
yeah,
youth.
but I say even at a level, even at a level, he's getting a lot of games, which is a very good thing for him.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
They now really language on the bench and all this type of thing. So the coach maybe have some good option there in terms of selection.
Yeah, and I'm saying that Kaheim Dixon development is just starting right now, bro.
Yeah.
You see me as
Is a youth of me always have a look at regard for. Me like him humbleness, like the other one who nice and full of themselves in humble and him a go in stature as time progress. I'm love that. So I suppose you're right, still no that I think I get some results. By the time I get some whole per game, it's a good look for him.
Because my thing is this, Paul. Jamaica need to make a substitution 70 minutes to the game. You're not gonna bring on Karoy Anderson to change the game.
Yeah.
You see, that's what I tell the people. Them say, bro, it's not a bad mind thing. Or I'm thinking about the thing in a local against overseas, bro. I'm thinking about the thing in a game scenario. Who you gonna call off the bench if you need to change things up?
Yeah, you have to call somebody who can give more fire.
Yeah.
More instant fire. Yeah. Because sometimes you don't need a person because 15 minutes before you warm up, you need the person to warm up as it running. So
yeah.
But so in addition to that, I'm gonna ask you, away from Kaheim Dixon, which are set up here locally, you think? Well, Kaheim Dixon a local still. But who are the players in locally you think can fit the bill? You would have one of them.
I only hear people talking. Me only hear people are talking about one player, brother. And it's the kid Ellis.
Oh.
Right now, I heard that is the Haitians, the two Haitians, them say the Haitians them from Mount Pleasant to dominate the league. It's not even Jamaican players who's dominating the JPL. Me say them a try get all a Haitian brother for change him citizenship. I don't know what truth it be.
Oh yeah. Me hear that whispering there along the line. Me hear that whispering there. If you not the local player, them not matriculate as fast enough to take up the south. And part of the thing, I said to you already, I might have said to you already, is that the local player, them not ambitious enough, and them get sidetracked with some local soft, some local small things. And part of the thing too is that we find that the local player, them, if one day must be honest, when I find that them hungry enough in terms of them development, and I matter about hungry for play, hungry in terms of them own core development. As young players, I find out them.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, Paul Thomas. Let me Paul Stewart. Let me ask you a question. Let's say you are a talented prospect as an engineer or aerospace engineer, and you have some ideas, bro. You can't get it off of the ground until you get the tools. No matter how talented you are or you work hard, bro. You're gonna need certain rocket engine to get in a space, So, Jamaica just don't. Jamaica hasn't set up the football in a way that facilitates development, bro.
Well, a long time I say that, I'm glad that you come on board. Long ago, I've been saying that, I'm a lady blame. If the lady blame. Hello?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Yeah.
A part of the blame is to the lady because of our own experience, our own eager to glory rather than our own eager to proper and structural development. That's how the blame is to the lady. In other words, a youth have to look at things in a banning cup and we get excited. And when I realize it's a process. And if the youth go through the developmental process there. Answer that call, I'll get back to you. Give me a minute.
Yeah. No, people, brother, I never see them Haitian player there, bro. At people call me and say, JT, You know, see, Haitian them a tear up the league down a yard. Brother, me start watching JPL when he hit semifinals. If you tell you the truth. A semifinals, like during the season, we will watch some game if me and people are talk about a specific player. When I want to see the player myself, I will watch a game. But outside of that, bro, semifinals, me I watch the JPL. Semifinals, I'm watching the JPL. So yeah, so what I'm saying, bro, with the whole Kaheim Dixon, because me and T got them been having this discussion, and it's not a I just believe that I look at the situation a bit different. I believe that I look at the situation much, much different. That proves that Jamaica not going anywhere when you're calling these two players. Yeah, Michael Steele. I think me and you was
Yeah,
we kind of did kick off an early discussion, and I don't think me and you didn't understand each other very well. Hear my point, right? This is my point, and then you're gonna make your point. All right, you ready? Are we
yeah,
live?
man.
And we're live. So all right, here what people again. Michael Steele. What I'm saying is Kaheim Dixon, almost 20 or around the age. Kira and this must be soon 19 or whatever. What I'm saying is, you take a kid from Jamaica who played football, and basically he's not developed properly, right? And you match him with a kid from England who has gone through the system and has learned the football in a structured way. Which one you think the probability for the upside is gonna be? It's gonna be the player who has the better facilities, better physio, and all those things. But with that said, Karoy Anderson will win that discussion, But hear what? When I come back now to the international football, and I say Jamaica needs a goal, right? We are play against Guatemala. The team are play dead. We don't have no spark out there. Am I, as a coach, turning around and say, Karoy Anderson warm up, or I'm saying Kaheim Dixon warm up? That's what I'm trying to say. Who fits the bill? No. People are trying to say, well, Karoy is on the bench for Charlton. Kaheim Dixon not even make the bench. I don't look at it that way. Kaheim Dixon got it the hard way. Him come through the JPL, play upon some bad field in a schoolboy football, not fully developed. And he got to this point. So I don't think the development can be looked at the same.
Yeah. Well, JT, I understand your point. My take on it is that basically I would measure them in the position that they play. Most of the times, the most outstanding player that you want to take, especially as a young player, that is coming up with, would be an attacker. However, the midfield is a very intricate part of football, and it's not many midfielders coming out of Jamaica. Midfield has been our problem for a long time in Jamaica. It is our Achilles heel. However, when you compare Kaheim and Anderson, two of them have a bright future.
Yes.
One of them had a disadvantage because one comes from a third world country and one comes from a first world development. And he went to an academy where that's all he learned was football.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say.
Kaheim come from a disadvantage where, I mean, down in England too, you have the garrisons and stuff like that. It's not like they have it easy. Some of the Jamaican youth, them don't really have it easy because they are coming from parents that are try, and sometimes them getting a gangs and stuff like that. But we know Kaheim come from Arnett down the jungle, and basically what happened is that sometimes children down at them place they can be the product of their environment, and he was an exception to make it out because of the talent we have in football.
Even even despite the lack of proper development.
Yes.
Despite.
Yes. And the thing about it, you are saying that basically we need to push
this young man. We can't get him discouraged because believe me or not, the thing about Kaheim down there in Charlton is a political thing. If he was from England, they would have been pushing him in that first
All
team.
right. And I was trying to explain the same thing that you're saying now to T-Got today. Say, all right, you see if them say you have talent to England, brother, when you're 9, them have you play you 13. When you're 12, them have you play a child pushing at the U18 team because them want you have play U21 by the time you're 17. When you're 18, them try push up in the first team. And that's what raises your value. Where them say, look, we have a 17-year-old right now playing first team football. That's how England works. And people don't understand. So it's not necessarily say Anderson is way ahead.
Because the guy that they are pushing, Tyrese Campbell, I don't see him much better than Dixon,
I don't see him better than Dixon.
No, and I wouldn't put him in the national setup as a,
It's a next bench player. It's a next bench player that we are going to bring in, brother.
And they don't give Kaheim a chance. He don't get the chance. They give him the chance on the U21, right? And he did exceptional. Got goal of the month and all those things. If he was an English player and he come up in their system and got all of those things, they would have been pushing him in the first team.
Long time.
Because both times when them give him 10 minutes, he did exceptionally well. Where the fans talking about him. Like, why is this guy not playing more? Why he's not getting much more minutes? You understand me? However, we know that there's a development issue with our Jamaican players that they don't know system. Excuse me, sorry. They don't know systems.
One second, Michael Steele. Big deal, then. Where you talk about? You see JT and some of them call them up to be a fucker in our chat. Bro, big deal, then. You know just talk about the football as just you just want to see be an English Premier League players in our side. And that now go happen, brother. The quality, we have to, measure players like that, big deal. Leng. Me feel say go on to Michael Steele, the people them operate off a name. And the club where you're there. It's the international football, bro. International football is who can play a job.
Be clear about what he's talking about. What part of what we're talking about don't make no sense to him.
And first thing, people hit the like button on the video. This is the first time I'm asking today to hit the like button on the video. All right, we just a warm, We just a warm. Long time me not do a stream.
Nobody's not saying Andy is not a good player, But if we are going to get players from England, we need to get the top players, not just a regular young man where him have him good. If I'm going to get the best player from England to play for Jamaica, it wouldn't be Anderson.
Yeah. And that's what I said. The people them can't have it both way. You can't have Russell and Anderson in the team at the same time. You're gonna have to make a decision on those two. And Russell is gonna get the nod. What I'm saying, Michael Steele, is Anderson them are for the future. You know what I would want to see for the World Cup? I want to see these 3 players in the World Cup team if Jamaica makes the World Cup team. Makes the World Cup. Richard King, Kaheim Dixon, and Dujon Whisper. And my reason for this
There's nothing wrong with that, JT.
My thing is this. The next go around, you would have now had 3 young players who potentially have 2 more World Cup, who have gotten some World Cup experience. Then you're going to bring in now the Karoy Andersons, the Splats, the Brandon Covers, and the Warner Brown, and you're going to build a younger team, but you still need to give some of those young players the experience, brother. Them just look pan and say,
those type of players.
Yeah, them look pan it and say, a
the
JPL.
Truth is that if you're going to get the players them from England, get the best players. Stop getting League One players. Are these players going to make it out of League One in the next 2 or 3 years? If you're going to get a player like Hutchinson, a player that have a eye.
You know any player at the JPL right now where can make the team? And this is why I'm going to show you so the people and bias Michael Steele. Brother, 3 years consecutively and have been consistent. Me say, you see the JPL, bro, my only thing we need out of the JPL is 2 or 3 players, max 4. And that's how you're gonna even pull the ones that are closest to being ready, which is that
Yeah,
goalkeeper, Richard King, maybe Warner Brown, and who is the next one? We have an ex JPL player there, man. That is decent. I don't remember. Oh,
we're talking
Ainsworth,
about the midfielder.
Ainsworth, Ainsworth. So for me, I think that's how we set the bar, and then you let the rest of them fight for one out of that 4 spot there. You see me? That's my thing. And you find the best 3 or 4 players from your local league, because you're gonna kill the football in your country, bro, if nobody's coming through
Yeah.
from your local league.
Every team does that. Every team bring a 4 or 5 local players, some kind of sensation that they still like, this guy is going to be the next thing. Argentina did it last World Cup. They brought like 2 or 3 guys from Argentina league that nobody never know about. You understand what I say? Brazil do it all the time. Especially Brazil love bring young players that are 17, 18. You know what I say?
Them I say,
So,
Carla, you're talking madness, respectively. You cannot watching football. It's clear. So stop talk about players. I don't know. They must say, okay, no nonsense. And I say, if Carla make tycoon. I
I
understand.
mean, people are, I don't say nothing wrong. I just feel like you're right about Kaheim Dixon, and honestly, I believe that Dixon would be the one that I would bring. I'm just saying that my opinion, I would bring Dixon.
That's all I'm
Instead
saying
of-
to the people. Them. And I'm not saying that Dixon is
I'm not saying
better.
and this is not a good player.
Yeah.
And midfield is a very difficult position, and Jamaica has been in a position where we haven't had good midfielders for a while. However, if it was up to me, I would have looked for a better midfielder. I tried to get the best ones.
See,
You
young,
understand me? I don't
young
think-
Cryptic moved the goalpost there and said, do we have the type of players Brazil and Argentina have? So him just shift the goalpost off, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, it's not about it's the blueprint we are using. It's not the type of player, it's just the blueprint. You just want to use the blueprint of the best.
And,
Or you're going to build.
and Michael Steele, so they're saying, because we know Karoy Anderson scored today. People, in context, he scored in a game that Charlton was winning already. They said he came in the 28th minute. Charlton won that game like 4-0. They already saw where that was going. Charlton was up 2 goals before Karoy Anderson came on the field. You see the message? So I don't know.
But Kira is not it. Me say when me I watch the guy now, me I try to just find something good to just look upon him and say, boy, sometimes I see him do a one move and it look like he might go beat, but he lose the ball so much.
Oh my God, Michael Steele. Yeah, watch
He's
the ball
not-
game. Yeah, watch the ball game. And this match I explain to them. Because I've been watching.
His decisions that he make is just
Okay.
not up to par.
Thank you. People, another thing. Go back and watch Kira Anderson for Jamaica and go and read the comments from the Charlton Athletic fans. It's the same problem. He loses the ball in critical areas. He loses the ball in the opponent's final third because he's very calm and very relaxed on the ball. But players pounce on him sometimes and catch him off guard and take the ball from him in that final third. They did it against Jamaica a couple times. The game is on YouTube. Go and watch it. That's what I'm trying to say. No coach is gonna trust Karoy Anderson right now on the field for Jamaica in this critical phase, bro. In this critical phase, you basically bringing him for experience to be on the bench. And my thing is, the coach, people are calling for Jonathan Russell. Them, we cannot have so many bench players, brother. And I'm hearing rumors that the coach is starting to make sure now that his squad selection is gonna be players who can actually play. And I agree. We need to have less players who are just there sweating up the jersey them and a warm up in them. We need to have players who can go play if things break down. We don't need 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players on the bench. We can't make one, bro. We can't change the game. We have to narrow it down, brother. And Karoy, and this is one of them. And he's not based on he's not good. He's for the next cycle. Brandon Covers as well. I've been watching, I watched back some highlights of Brandon Covers this weekend. He's not ready. He's not ready. People, nobody fool up on herself with the whole heap of, like typing on Google and YouTube. Go watch all of them. Brandon Covers is not ready, bro. He's not ready either. So let's be realistic, brother.
It's a mediocre side them one build, man. I better you use some little local player for build a mediocre side and use some English player. I'm not saying I want to play like McNeil. Me hear say them say McNeil can play for Jamaica. A player like Emil Smith Rowe. Those type of players you look towards. League One. Yeah, if it was up to me, no League One player no play. Except for Dixon. Because you know his situation different. It's a different circumstance.
Exactly. And it's just true we can do better, brother. True we can do better. But if it up to the man them, bro, the man them just want to see the England flag side of one man name and left him up on the bench. Him fit just a rugby bench, but England flag the side of him name.
Awesome.
You know, build team like that, bro. You don't build team like that, brother. Me look back on some of the Jamaican team them. And me look on the different flags them, and bro, there was always a good balance. But people can also say, but JT, we haven't qualified for anything. But it was a number of things. We had a JFF that wasn't functioning either. We had a JFF that wasn't functioning.
Football was the business to Jamaica for the last 10 years or so. Jamaica football, since YouTube coming, the COVID thing changed JFF eyes on football completely, you know.
Yeah.
You understand me? So JFF looking at it different, and with the Craig effect, the football in Jamaica is totally different. No. You know, it's a different generation.
But Michael still, you know, say this thing I go all the way to World Cup though. That same problem. Yeah. If a man from Jamaica get picking at the side, them just find everything to tear down the player. Bro, we need to beat all players. Until Messi Kaheim Dixon got there and Messi say him not ready, he's ready for me, bro. Because
Kaheim ready. Right now, Kaheim ready for play League One.
Kaheim Dixon ready to play League One. And bro, you know the funny thing, the last couple of games where Kaheim Dixon come on the field, I saw the improvement from Kaheim Dixon he played in a cup game. And he just looked like he was struggling because he had to run back a lot. In England, you know, just run down the field. You have to track back with the same intensity. But he was getting burnt out. The last couple of games I've seen come on, the intensity level that he's attacking with, he's running back with that same intensity level. You see what I'm saying? So that tells me it's going to take time. He needs a year. But it's like, I don't see how many players on Charlton were like, whoa, Kaheim Dixon couldn't play this. So. Come on, Charlton is doing well. Yeah, but Charlton is doing well as an overall team. If we start pick apart individual, Kaheim Dixon wouldn't make Charlton Athletic a worse team.
No. Because the guy when them are push for coming at the team, Tyrese Campbell, I wouldn't put him in the team.
No, it's not that the Tyrese Campbell, man. I rang Tyrese Campbell, I think, brother.
Oh.
We are talking about Tyrese Campbell, the striker from Sheffield United.
Okay, I thought it was that guy. Because I said most of them guys are now make it out of League One. Them now go EPL, them now go Championship. Why we are trying to pack up the team with a bunch of mediocre players? Even Russell, me not really too rate Russell, you know. Get some more intelligent players, man.
You see, in a rate Russell. You see, all right, listen, the people them are call for Jonathan Russell a lot, you know. But I've been very cautious. I've been very cautious with the Jonathan Russell thing because I'm thinking, what are all these head coaches seeing in Jonathan Russell why they're not playing him? However, I think Jonathan Russell could be an attribute to the team. You know why? I think him and Isaac Hayden can play that midfield role with an attacking midfielder because I hear people saying we find one with Bobby Reid. Bro, Bobby Reid is always Bobby Reid. Bobby Reid is Mr. Inconsistent. Bobby Reed is gonna have a stinker soon. Then he just come back and have a good game. I'm not ever convinced on Bobby Reed has been in the English Premier League and all those leagues for years, and you can't tell me what's Bobby Reed position.
He's a utility player, so
Exactly.
that is it.
That's it.
He not have a set position, you know. Just like Latimer here. You know, so you're right about that. I mean, people might see it different, you know, but me see what you say with the Dixon thing, I agree with you. And I wouldn't take Anderson over Dixon. Anderson still have 3 more years to prove himself, say I'm ready for Jamaica.
Yeah, he's not ready, brother. Anderson is not ready, bro. Anderson, bro, Anderson make me feel like me can run out for Jamaica, dog. Cause me nah go up on a football field and see Anderson, them are afraid. I say them youth from England me I play against. This is me like me no feel that threat there, bro. Because bring in stay up on the line. Go ahead, continue. Crispy, you want to add something to it, Crispy? Because I know you're gonna defend Karoy Anderson, you know.
No, I'm not gonna defend anyone. I want to disabuse Jamaica's footballing fraternity of the notion that better facilities equal better performance.
Jesus Christ.
When no.
Yeah. But here what you gonna say now, Crispy? Michael Steele, listen to this. You know where him come try tell me say you can't get the same result with a old car, a 2000 BMW over 2026. No, that's the argument you come with, brother. That's the argument you come with, brother.
No, I am not making that argument. I am putting the facts on the table. That's all I'm trying to do. You have to give me an opportunity. Jamaica must have the best facilities regarding football, modern pitches, modern equipment, modern coaches, because we're living in modern times. However, those things don't automatically mean we're gonna have better or the best players in the world. Let me give an example. In Argentina, economy is one of the poorest run in the world. Argentina has the best football team in the world. Argentina football team is better than England's football team, even though England has a better economy with better facilities, one of the best league in the world. On the flip side, Chile is the only first world country in South America. And Chile's football team is one of the poorest football teams. So Panama, for example.
When you say Chile, wait. Chile football team is one of the poorest football team?
No, in South America.
But you mean poorest by what? Finance or what were we talking about?
No, by performance on the pitch. Remember that Chile did not make it out of the first round in the last Copa America.
Yeah, but you're talking about
and Chile.
No, but bro, but listen, one second, Crispy. Chile football was peaking. I think which was it around the 2016, 2015? Brother, Chile, I think didn't Chile actually won the Copa America, one of them big tournaments down there. So, brother, when them have Vidal at Juventus and them play there, Chile was good, bro. Chile just had a dip. Chile just had a dip like the Brazil them. So that way you are talking about, brother. Crispy, Google that again.
You're right about that, J. Taylor, because even Alex from Arsenal at the time, Chile is not the only first world country. Brazil
is not a first world country, my friend.
First world country is considered to have nuclear, you know.
No, man. Brazil is a developing. No, Brazil is a developing country.
That's not true. Chile is the only first world country in South America. I'm JD, JT.
Yeah.
I agree with you regarding the facility that there must be improvement, but we often take one criterion and broad brush it and say if we get this, then it's going to solve all the problems, and that's not necessarily true. You know what I mean? So I am not disagree with you. I want to nuance. I want
Yeah,
to
but
bring
Crispy,
nuance to the discussion.
what you're saying is quite obvious, though. Because you said this
No,
before.
no,
You
but
no,
it's
you're
obvious
saying
to
it's
you.
no,
It's obvious to you.
no, yeah, because
I
you're saying
keep
it's
on
a
telling you,
multi.
JT, that you are not the average Jamaican. I keep on
But,
telling you
but,
that.
but what are you,
You keep on don't
Crispy?
believe me.
Crispy, me understand. You're saying it's a multifaceted, facet approach that's needed,
Exactly.
and I agree with you. Hence, though, Crispy, what I was explaining is this. I see people at times, big up yourself, cryptic. Come here, cryptic, them have them discussion here daily where we argue over this. Cryptic them want take a baller who is 17 years old from Brazil, 17-year-old from Uruguay, 17-year-old from England, and saying that a 17-year-old in Jamaica should be doing the same thing. You cannot say that because if you take a kid, let's say we find a kid down at the Amazon who's have potential to be good in school. Him parents them and I teach him how to read and write. Right? I have a kid growing up in England, going to school from grade 0. They both hit the same age and get a scholarship for your next school. Though the kid in the Amazon has the potential, he's still lacking the proper development that the kid would have had in England who has been going through the conventional school system. That's why I say they cannot hold the same bar for Kaheim Dixon as some other youths in England because the trajectory is totally different. And it's like slavery. It's like we're saying that on par, black people should be financially on par with white people based on where they're right now, because we're all humans, right? Let's say Crispy is 30 and he meet an ex-white person. He on average, he needs to be financially on the same level. No, that's why they talk about slavery, where certain things were implemented, where black people were set back for a number of years. So it take a while to catch up. So I'm not the one
you are right. However, the example that you gave, we cannot automatically assume that that child in the Amazon is where he is because of a lack of facilities. We cannot automatically assume it that if he gets better facilities, he will improve. We cannot
You know why I can say that? Let's say, for example, when the scientific calculator come in, right? Let's say you do some calculus and if you do it the hard way, I'm still a count on him finger. The kid in England would have even learned how to use the scientific calculator from grade 6. Now, this youth that even been exposed to that due to the facility and the tools were available. Those are the things that I'm saying. If you don't have some of the tools, continue Michael Steele. Let's bring in back Michael Steele as well. You seem like you want to say it.
Yeah, I just wanted to add that what was Jamaica downfall over the years was football in education. And that is what I think. It wasn't the infrastructure itself, because a lot of countries, as Crispy was adding, does not have the infrastructure. And they are doing well. However, the football in education is what set them apart. For a long time, the coaching in Jamaica was subpar. And so we're putting out subpar footballers. You understand me? So the JFF trying to do some good things, because I've been listening to Speed and all of them talking about the coaching seminars, and they're trying to get all their badges and stuff like that, which is basically changing the field.
Yeah, me go come to the question. Know yourself. Me go come to the question because I'm not saying that the overseas players are technically better. Me go come to the same question. I'm gonna explain to you why I don't think so.
new generation ballers, but they don't understand system. And football is all about system because the academy, you eat, sleep, drink football.
Mhm.
You understand me? They are not just teaching you how to be a player, they are teaching you how to think as a manager, as a coach. You understand me? And in Jamaica, we just learn to just go up on the ball, go up on the field and kick ball. You
The
understand
only
me?
time you're on camp at Jamaica, bro, a D Cup or Manning Cup time. Youths at England, them live with a host family, and I does football. Then them go see all them family one time for the month, or them father drive come link them. It's eat, sleep, football, bro. Every day you have somebody a measure them. Me see even the other day a kid who was developing so well, right? But when him reach about 13, him hit a growth sprout, and then it show off the whole of the kids' balance, and they were able to detect that, and then basically create a program around him to get him back on track. That's to where his balance was off now because he gotten too tall for his age, where he couldn't really handle his body. Where nobody at Jamaica can do that. Come on, so watch a little lanky boy does say running a job every minute. Get up, man. You, people don't understand, and those things come down to facilities and expertise and have proper people working there. No, we're gonna let you know go again, but know yourself. So you're saying that the players over there, I have to read this comment here from Know Yourself. So you're basically telling, so basically JT is telling why overseas players are better. No, that's not what I'm saying, because football don't really work. So you know that you can have a player that's better if you match him up with another player, but he doesn't matches what you're trying to do with your team. Building a team is different from having a player who's better than another player. International football is about having the specific pieces to get a job done. You might, Brazil have players who are better than 90% of country. Why are they not dominating? Brazil has been struggling to create a team to get those still good players that you talk about to play together. Hence, this is why the Brazil president Arwem wanted to step in and saying that Brazil need to start playing local players. That's what he's saying. That Brazil need to start playing, because he's saying that the players who go to Europe, he doesn't think their style of playing fit the football that Brazil wants to play. But some people would say those are the best players in the world. So I can't say that. Know yourself, say just the best player them in the team. It doesn't really, I think, is the best player. The player we are going to get the job done at a position in a game scenario. Me I go with. That's why I say if 60 minutes, 70 minutes on the clock, Jamaica is down by a goal, and me turn around on the bench as a coach and I see Kaheim Dixon and I see Karoy Anderson, I'm putting Kaheim Dixon on the field. Because when he's on the field, you just look like something will happen. What I'm going to do, tell Karoy Anderson, go lock down the midfield, brother. Lock down the CDM position. That's what I use to come to this decision. Go ahead, Chris.
But you are making my point and contradicting your point, because your point is that the better facilities automatically give you the edge, and I am saying no.
No, I'm not saying no. But crispy. But when you're saying when you're saying I'm not contradicting myself. That's why I stopped you and I answered you where I said the facility discussion is a multi-facet discussion. It's not just the facility. So if you're gonna isolate the thing and put it to facility, yes, it sounds like I'm contradicting myself. But if you look at the other things, because me just even explain to you about a kid's growth sprout and what happened to the kid, and that's not just facility, that's professionals, expertise, video analysis.
Okay. If you have to rank the priorities in terms of the problems with the football, what will go first? Will you put coaching first and then facility and then player ability? How would you rank what are the most pressing issues regarding Jamaica's football? Where would you put coaching versus facility versus the players' raw talent? Wrong them for us.
Coaching and facilities on the same level for me. Because it's on the same level. Because if you're gonna enter a bobsled competition, I may just have your train pan a hand cart. I can be the best coach, but you don't know what it feels like on ice.
Okay. Mr. Let's work it out for a minute. Mr. Speed said that he came out and was very open that if he did not take the coaching course, he would not have made certain adjustments in certain games. He would have been nervous, he wouldn't know what to do, and the coaching course helped him dramatically, even though the facilities are the same.
You said the coaching but the coaching coaching is important, but Mr. Speed is not necessarily a youth coach, brother. We're talking about develop. Why you think someone? All right. Look how good Mr. Speed is and got all the education. Yet some of his players have terrible touches on the ball. Their first touch. Why? It's because of the fundamentals and the surfaces. If you're gonna control a ball and every time the ball come to you, boom up, boom, you cannot keep your foot on a level trajectory to consistently know that the ball are gonna end up on my foot. Me have to thought things that I go bounce up on me now, or I go do this. So I think those things go hand in hand.
We complain about the surfaces, yet we see when other teams come and play in Jamaica, they play just fine on the same surface.
Brother, we weren't talking about an actual game in a bro.
When Honduras comes to Jamaica, or El Salvador or Miami FC, they bounce the ball and just fine on the same surface.
Yeah, all right, but let's say this, Crispy. If all the teams in Jamaica, including youth development, would have been playing on a surface like the national stadium, that would be perfect. Because that's still a good surface. It still passed the FIFA criteria. Brother, when me ride past a football field here, so when nobody even play upon, the surface is better than a field that people have in Jamaica as a good field. So that's what I'm trying to say to you. The threshold.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I do agree that at the very tender ages, the pitch will affect will affect their dribbling skills, and XYZ. But again, it's a part of the mix. It's not the entire enchilada. It's a part of it. And you are educated to a certain level, but you have to be cognizant of the people who you're speaking to, who they will take one thing and say that's the problem, and if we fix that automatically, everything's going to be fine.
No. And remember too, we can fix a lot of those things, but the people who runs the football in Jamaica, they also have to have the willpower and the vision to implement these things. We can go down there and create the best fields in Jamaica, but we still have a technical director in Mr. Dunswell where nobody don't know his manifesto or what his actual plan is for Jamaican football going forward for the youth as a technical director. We never heard, nobody ever hear from Mr. Dunswell. So we can build all the fields. That's why I say to you, it's a multifaceted approach. It's not just one thing, my brother. It's a multifaceted approach.
Yes, regarding another point that you were talking about, players who are maybe, even though they're not playing at a high ranking league, they might be better for the system and better for the team.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very valid point, because you see sometimes where certain players play better for the national team, any national team, not the Jamaican national team, compared to other players. But that is very difficult to. It's very difficult to kind of handle because at the same time you have to look at the leagues in which the players are playing
You
in.
remember you remember a basketball player named Ginobili?
Yes.
All right. I was saying to somebody at that time when Ginobili, because he was on the Spurs with Tim Duncan, right? And they took a while to start to turn it over, right? And I said to somebody, if Ginobili was at the Lakers, he wouldn't be the same player. I believe is the way how
I agree. I agree.
You know what I mean? I believe it's the way how Tim Duncan is able to draw that double team, post up, kick it out to Ginobili. Ginobili can either sink the tree, either pump fake you and get inside the three line the what you call it, or the from downtown. With a line in him, the 3-point line. Either him can dribble and get inside and get a two off, right? But he can do both. If he's playing with a Kobe who's constantly driving to the basket, that basically, where does Ginobili fit into that? But Ginobili is still a great player. And that may I say to some people, bro, you have to look at the players you have and the dynamics.
You are correct. You are correct because, in basketball especially, you will see when a coach comes in and the coach, his style might be not suited for a particular player, and that player just falls off. He's at the end of the bench when before he was in the previous coaches roster. So, but what am I saying is that even though you're correct, that is very difficult to pull off at the national level, where the coaches, the logical thing to do is to pick the players based on the ranking of their leagues. That's the most logical thing to do.
Okay. No, but well, you're saying that's the approach you would go for?
No. I am not saying that's the approach I would take. I am just giving you why sometimes, even though you're right, and I see it often. For example, let's a different example, right? Say you have a lab and you're looking for a chemist to work in the lab, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have two resumes to look at. One resume is a chemist who trained at Harvard, and another chemist who went to Miami State University. Even though the one in Miami might be a better chemist.
And this is where
hold on. You are, the logic is saying who's the one who was trained at Harvard.
No. But that's what I'm trying to say to you, Crispy. I am not that kind of brother. I'm kind of artistic on them things. I don't know. My brain work differently. First off, for me, what I'm gonna look at is this now. Experience, or I want to know a little bit about their upbringing, because that kid from Harvard might have the prestigious school, Ivy League school behind him, but he lacks the drive. His parents probably was a wealthy family who bought him the spot. This kid from Miami as a chemist, maybe be a kid from we come from some place in Miami where was the first one all time family to go to university. You see me? I'm saying I'm going with that kid based off his drive and something to, but I wouldn't just take it. That's what makes me look on things deeper. I wouldn't just take it off the.
Okay, your point taken. But what if you have to look at 100 resumes per day?
But and how many spots I'm trying to fill?
You're trying to fill 10 spots.
And I'm looking but bro, I don't think I would be able to sit down and look at 100 resume in a day.
No, exactly. You then you're going to be making a decision based on the known and established criteria. You're going to pick the one with the Harvard certificate.
No. So what I would do then is I would maybe have somebody filter down maybe have somebody filter down to, let's say, a number. Let's get it down to 30. And then when we get to 30, I start diving in. But that also comes with the risk of somebody potentially disregarding somebody who was qualified. But that's the risk that we live
I
with in life.
agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree with you, and I agree because even the kid Kaheim Dixon, he's one of my favorites. He's one of my favorites.
Me bias with Kaheim Dixon, me tell the people, bro. Me not really hide me thing. Cause you what crispy, what me like about Kaheim Dixon. Kaheim Dixon to me is the flagship of inspiration for young youths walking up and down in Jamaica, brother. He signifies more than football to me. He signifies a youth out of the ghetto, can hold him head down, may not be the best in school, but have the drive and work on his game to get to where he is. Because we cannot forget to make sure that we keep the youths in Jamaica inspired. Because, the facility is one thing, but look at cricket. I don't care if you build a million cricket field down at Jamaica right now. I think cricket is dead.
Yes, cricket is not popular worldwide anymore. Because I think in cricket they failed to shorten the game at the appropriate time. They should have gotten rid of test cricket a long time ago. Because young people nowadays are not going to see what a game for 5 days.
And crispy, why again, me have to give Kaheim Dixon another credit, bro. Jamaica, everybody want to an artist, brother. When me I grow up, I hear say a man I play for Jamaica. We see me I say a national that man, you're national that. that was special. That's somebody who we know has risen above every player in our community or in school and in region. And him get to a point, and Kaheim Dixon has done that. He has, you know what I mean? He scored more goals than Dujan Whisper, though Dujan Whisper to me is more ahead with his development due to his pathway that he came. He was under Craig Butler, went to college, a school in England for a bit, got a lot of experience. Kaheim Dixon got, as me said, the bag juice where him get it. Him get it, the bag juice and box lunch way, bro.
If you have to look into the long grass, where would you put Kaheim Dixon's ceiling? Is it in the Premier League or is it in the Championship?
Time crispy. Maybe that's the best question you've asked today. no, you make me have to think, and I'm gonna think about it, and I'm gonna give you an honest answer because it's a tough one. So it's like we're looking at the stock market, right? And we're like, is crypto still gonna be the thing? Is Bitcoin gonna be the thing in 30 years? Okay, Kaheim Dixon, he has a few things working against him. Size. He has size working against him, and position. If they see him as an outright winger, he doesn't make the Premier League. I think Championship, League One, or he ends up in a league somewhere, Division 2 in France, Division 2 in Belgium, or something. But if he gets to play that position behind the striker, there where he's just like a freelance kind of player, and he doesn't even have the skill like a Jesus or none of those players. But you see how Jesus, you don't really know if Jesus is a forward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he can pop up in the box and can score. I believe that Kaheim Dixon is not the kind of player that you put on one wing and just have him run back or defend and run back down the field. I don't think he will meet his full potential. I think he needs to be a player that's more involved in the game. And he's not an out-and-out number 9. So that's what I'm saying. That might take some points off his ceiling. Because you can't really plug him in and say, you're a number 9 and you play here. You know what I mean?
I agree. I agree with you. Just by looking at him, I think he would do well in a Spanish type of system where the ball is at the feet on a regular basis.
Okay.
You know, and because he's very skilled, but he doesn't get enough opportunity when he's playing for Jamaica to show his skill. And because Jamaica play a lot of long ball. You know, and the way Jamaica play, it does not help local players as well. Jamaica need to change the system of play as well in order to help the local players.
But you know, something that I see, Crispy, where I also find that every kid learning track and field at a young age, it affects the way how Jamaicans play football. That sounds very controversial, but I think track and field, kids being exposed to track and field at a very early age, it determines the kick and run kind of football in Jamaica, because kids see the football game as more running and less using their brain.
Yes, you're correct. And the issue is other footballers are just as fast. You know? There is another notion that that Jamaican people have, that the evidence does not show. It is this notion that Jamaican footballers are somehow inherently faster than other footballers. That's not true. That's not true. Because for certain positions, for example, you might have a country, and on average, the country is short, for example. But on the basketball team, the tallest people in the country will be playing on the basketball team. So we normally say, because maybe Jamaicans are quicker on average than, say, maybe Mexicans, we automatically assume that when it comes to football, the Mexican players are going to
So this is where so Crispy, that's where the education, people remember to hit the like button. You know, the first show back feel like what, a week and a half, only 130 of us here. People, we should have at least reach 120 likes on the video, because we are going good, you know. Crispy there, look at Crispy, I go just kick it and we talk. This conversation is gonna be swingy. People, just hit the like button. Big up yourself, Chris Smith, Travis Peso, Cygnus Media, Lanezra, Crowbar, Conrad, Football Guru, everybody, big up on yourself. The whole place, just, you see me, just turn up your thing, people. Just big up on yourself and hit up the like button, and you know how I go on. Long time we not drop something. You know, thing already. The like button, people. The like button, man. The like button, people. There's gonna be a lot of football, you know, guys. In May, there should be a lot of football coming up. So we haven't really fully warmed yet. I'm just pacing myself, because I don't want to have a burnout. I don't want to have a burnout where I'm just constantly streaming when there's nothing to talk about. I've learned now, like an experienced football player, how to pace myself. You know, it's less running. You know, I was operating on Jamaican football development time, where it's running. You see me I'm saying? So yes, me and you was talking about something there, Crispy. Yes, so this is where the education piece is missing with the football, right?
Yes.
The kids are the youngsters in Jamaica, they're mixing up track and field speed with actual football speed. That's why me believe that them two sport there, kids because a lot of kids, 90% of the top football players around the world, they're not introduced to track and field at any point. I bet if I do a research without I don't even have to see the numbers on a research. I don't think Brazilian players are doing track and field. I don't think German players are. You know what I mean?
No, because I live in the United States, and you know, I was in a relationship with an American before, and they don't do track and field. They more do soccer, you know, and basketball and stuff like that. But it keeps. But you talk about the education that I personally think the education is at the top of is the number one problem. You know, because you have several players who have gone overseas, and when they come back and they ask, you know, why they don't succeed, what are the challenges, they are more focused on the education.
But I
They say
agree,
they did not.
Crispy, and I give you 100% mark on this one right here because I agree with you because the education, but again, so I agree with you, Crispy, with a caveat where it goes back down again to what we say, it is a simultaneous approach that's needed when we come in for the development. A number of things need to be happening in sequence. The education piece is huge, and here why you get a big point for that education piece. One of the problems I've had with certain players over the number of years, and this is why I've been very harsh on them, and this is why I tell people they're not gonna ever be the player that you guys expect them to be because when I see them in a schoolboy football. Lamar Walker, Junior Flemings, potentially Chavante Stewart. He's gonna be one of them now. Norman Campbell still suffers from that, and Kaheim Paris. They have this problem where it's mental. They have a mental problem where they didn't learn this in football. They make the wrong decisions at the right time. Meaning when it's time to pass, they shoot. When it's time to shoot, they pass.
Yes. And there is a player who...
But your boy Steve must have the same problem too.
Yes, you can add him. Yes, you can add it.
Gonna,
yes, you add it.
I was going to bring up CFAS. I was going to say the difference between CFAS playing for Barcelona or Manchester City and where he is now is the education. And because CFAS has the raw talent. But you can see that the education is missing.
Yeah. Book.
You know. That's the problem, man. Very talented, but the education, very, very talented, man.
I don't think the CFAS thing is solely education as well. You know what it comes back down to again? Remember, CFAS, part of it is education, but I think a bigger part of CFAS problem is CFAS was a track and field athlete, Crispy, up to like high school.
I know.
So yeah, so
you prove the point.
Yeah, he come back and prove the point. So what happened now? CFAS, he knows as a track and field athlete, say he's actually fast. Film speed,
yes.
He's actually fast. You see me? He's actually fast. But here where I feel like sometimes, you know, when you watch a natural football player with the ball, I feel like sometimes CFAS look a bit stiff with the football, like it's very rehearsed, robotic. Him and that other kid, Colin Anderson, was playing for Cavaliers. And that was due to him had to learn football it's like they bend a tree when the tree did older. You're not gonna get the bend where you want or tight when it's just a plant coming up in the garden. You can bend it and tight this so and it just grow that direction there. It's like we have to tie the limb them and tie it on a truck and dry it. So CFAS, I don't think CFAS will ever reach his full potential because he is not a natural football player. I think he's a converted football player. He's an athlete who is being converted into a football player. Still think he will have some success, but based on what we see, I don't think he will hit that pinnacle that he's supposed to hit.
But I don't think I think one of the solution is to identify the speed at a very early age, and then add the education. Because if you have the speed, you cannot teach a person speed. For example, you cannot teach a person to be 7 feet tall. So you have the natural ability, but you need education to be added. You understand? You know,
Yeah, but yeah.
you know what I mean.
So
You know, it's like you have a kid, and the kid is naturally smart, but the kid might not understand the principles of chemistry. He
let
doesn't
me
know
reply
what
to
an
this,
atom.
Crispy. Bam Sport,
Yeah.
you're saying Cephas has been playing football from he's about 9. Has Cephas been playing organized football from him about 9? And when a kid it is few players out of Jamaica, a few athletes who we know we're good at the same sport. Like a player like remember Ricardo Powell going to Homo Technical, play cricket for West Indies. He could have played football for Jamaica. He was that good. Was Cephas playing? He was even a goalkeeper. Brian, a joke thing, a trolling the depend now. Matter about football, brother. Like Cephas, based on what I've heard, track and field was the sport that he drift towards predominantly. That's what we're talking about. You see what I say? Predominantly.
And also, I think that in the Jamaican footballing fraternity, they have a different lifespan for soccer players than overseas. Because, for example, people say, okay, you know,
Rude boy, you have to wait, brother. You can't call right now, rude boy. You gotta you gotta run off the show off a road right now. All right, rude boy. So
hold
come me
on,
call you.
people will say, for example, Jamaican people say, for example, okay, that player is only 15, that player is only 16, but at the international level, that 15-year-old or 16-year-old player is actually a mature footballer.
Yeah.
So FIFA starting at 9, kids in maybe the UK are starting at 5. So a kid in the UK will have 4 years of football and FIFA.
Yeah, but me don't want to know from Brian which how serious he took football. Let's say, for example, right now, Crispy, my daughter haven't really exposed her to any sports. But you know what I'm doing with her? I'm taking her to the track, and I'm running track with her. The reason is I want to give her an edge if she decides to go into any sports because I know they don't do track here with the kids. You get the psychology behind that?
Yes.
So that's why I'm taking her to the track and having her learn how to sprint, how to run fast. So if she go up against other kids, let's say, because this summer she got to start do some tennis. You have a tennis school coming up this summer and some golf. She got to do this summer. Maybe the golf is not the most athletic sport. You see me? I say, but that up for your mother. Her mother used to be a golfer, and so they want her to do that. No, I'm telling her. She has said she want to play tennis. If she's gonna be able to play tennis, she are gonna need to use them calf muscles there. She are gonna need to be agile on her feet, get across quickly. You see me? I say that's where the athlete side comes in. You see me? I say, and then she wouldn't have to work the opposite direction by trying to get fit or trying to become an athlete. But I wouldn't want to. I'm not gonna drill her into say, but yeah, maybe she want to run track and field too. You see me? Maybe she want to run track if that's what you want to do. But that's all I'm saying is like this when the kids in Jamaica, their development is not orchestrated. Like a parent say, listen, I'm gonna use track to get you in shape for this, and we're gonna work on this for this, but this is the goal. Jamaica, we just go and play one of the thing them till one of them work out.
Yeah. What I find, what I am always jealous of.
They call you father. Okay.
What I am always jealous of.
I'm going to jump on so somebody else can come on.
Yeah, man, we talk.
Yes.
We talk, Mr. Steele. All right, cool.
JT, what I'm always jealous of, right, is European ability.
Rude boy. Me we call you, bro. You ask the next caller. Rude boy. What me I go do now? Run off the show off a road for you, brother. Rude boy, just easy, man. Drink some chili wine and we talk to you when the show wind down. Right now, me not think you're gonna be able to add the value right now that I need with this discussion. Rude boy, you know, say I'm a virgin, respect, but I not really joke discussion right now we have. Like you're gonna just run off the show off a road. I mean, I really want to deal with that right now. If you tell you the truth.
What I'm always jealous of is Europeans' ability to sit around the table, formulate a plan, and execute the plan, right? When you look at, say, Belgium, for example, they had a problem with their football. And they got together, came up with a plan, and they execute from grassroots all the way up. England, they had a problem, and they came up with a plan and execute. But in Jamaica's football, everybody cannot be on the same page. The JFF cannot say, okay, we are going to have a style of possession, and from the kindergarten level all the way up, children are going to learn ball control.
I'm checking on a point, brother. I'm just checking on a point. What a friend you on the point.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Up, JT.
Yeah, man, bless him, bro.
So first thing first, bro, JT. I'm telling you, bro, CFAS has been playing. Bro, the regular football we know at Jamaica, brother, under 13, under 15, under 17.
He played all
of
those.
That, bro. Yeah, bro, he did. It's Colin Anderson is the person that didn't play those competitions because Colin used to be a track athlete.
But then CFAS was also a track athlete as well.
Bro, CFAS wasn't a serious track athlete, bro.
Based on what I heard from Leader and them, they explained the story with CFAS.
Leader tell you no madness, brother. Yo, anyways, me know say Colin used to run. Never, I don't think Colin ran a champ. He always get injured, but he could have run for Jamaica as well at some character thing, whatever. But we know Colin started play ball late too, very late. See? But to the point of the call I make about JFF and England and Belgium, one of the things we have to understand in the call is the difference between those countries and Jamaica is those countries have money, bro, so they can implement a program and they can fully finance it. Now, you are saying that the JFF could say, yo, we're going to have possession. Bro, the JFF can only do that when them pick for them team and forgot play under 17, under 20. When Jamaica Premier League play on Tier 2 or Super League or Major League, bro, JFF cannot tell no club how they must play and what they must institute, brother. Them can't do that. Because the club, them a private business. The JFF can never institute to the clubs them and tell them, say, yo, in terms of play, maybe them can put in regulations where say, yo, if you play the league, yeah, you maybe have to have X amount of young players or them stuff there we can guide them. But in terms of tell them how to operate on a football pitch.
So bad with bad Gaza said Brian CFAS didn't play. One second, Crispy. Bad with bad Gaza said CFAS didn't play any schoolboy football. Because I just leave a contact Leader back because I heard the story with Jerome with them. I know them saw CFAS running track. I heard this from a number of people. And they got him to start playing football. I don't know. JT, I don't have the answer, yeah?
JT, hold on. JT, I'm not asking, brother. CFAS play Morning Cup for Charlie Smith, bro.
Okay.
I'm not asking you, bro. CFAS, bro, CFAS played youth football for Mullines United, brother. From him about 9 until him about 17, bro. Then he left and went to Alman Woodford, bro. Then he left Alman Woodford and go to Arnett Gardens, bro. I'm the man playing Concacaf for youth football leagues, brother. I'm not asking, brother. I tell you, bro. When CFAS are youth, him play, them time the Mullines play, what you call a league there? Not Super League, the league below Super League, Major League, bro. And CFAS used to even keep goal at one point, brother. So I don't know what that person we are talking about, brother.
So CFAS play as a goalkeeper, and players? When players are a goalkeeper?
No, man, when him younger, he used to be a goalkeeper. But as him grow older, you know, him probably stop that. But I'm telling you, ask Leader about that. Ask Leader if CFAS to play Morning Cup for Charlie Smith, brother.
Okay. I didn't know that. I'm just getting what they're telling me.
I'm telling you, bro. He was, but arguably he wasn't like a massive Manning Cup star or whatever. But yeah, him been play. I think he play one season Manning Cup, bro. But yeah,
Carla,
back to the point of the caller. Yeah, I mean, I think the JFF can do that still.
Carla, I am not saying anybody should tell anybody what to do. I am talking about, for example, you and I. We want to go. We see have an opportunity to make some money in a particular business. We can sit around the table, talk about it, come to an agreement. Not anything really in stone, but an idea. To say, okay, you know, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. We need this, we do that, and we work down a particular path. You know what I mean? Because I do not think anybody will disagree that in Jamaican football currently there is a ball possession problem.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree to that?
Carla, what you say still?
No. Answer the question. Answer the question.
Carla, what you say? So nice in a theory.
No, I am also.
What you say, Carla? So nice in theory, brother. First and foremost, brother. We have a team. All right. We have Jamaica Premier League play now. What is, brother? Right now, you have a massive influx of Caribbean nationals coming to Jamaica to play in the Premier League, brother. Then, Mount Pleasant, for example, bro, have some of the best players, them, arguably most of the best players in Jamaica play for Mount Pleasant. Then, because they can afford to transfer them in a big fees or can pay them big salaries or whatever. Yet still, Mount Pleasant get an influx of Asian player right now for come play JPL, brother. Keep them busy about football development in Jamaica and bring Asian them to win Premier League and go play Concacaf and win and make money, brother. And if other clubs can do the same thing, that them are going to do, bridging. So me I tell you, sir, what you want to say? Sound good in a theory. That can't happen, brother.
Okay, but other countries who have more fledgling footballing leagues than Jamaica and who have many more players coming in from all over the world, they have developed systems. So whatever problem you are outlining that Jamaican footballing system has, England, Belgium, they have those issues times 10. More players from all over the world are going to Belgium than coming to Jamaica. And they
and I'm saying the difference with what you are saying and the Jamaica's reality is that those footballing countries and those nations, they can finance those programs that you want them to implement, and those systems in clubs are maybe at the national level. I'm saying Jamaica don't have the same ability to do that.
So
financially, we don't have the same ability to do that, Regine.
We always go back to money and ignore everything else.
Then Carla.
What you say, Brian? We don't have the Brian. What you say? We don't have the money to do it, or the what?
JT. All right. In order to achieve what the caller says, all right, first thing first, we are going arguably want some of the best local coaches or some of the best coaches locally to be a part of this restructure that the caller talk about, right? Because naturally you want your best coaches them a coach from a lower level come up. That would be in the ideal world in terms of day-to-day coaching. Bro, who's gonna pay these coaches?
No. So what I'm saying is, yeah. So my point on is, people, it's very possible. It's very possible. Whether or not it happens, that's a different story. The problem is when your leaders don't see sports as a economic opportunity for the nation. I think sports in Jamaica is looked at as, yeah man, him good, him can play. And when you win them, celebrate. The difference with a country like Belgium, football means a lot in Belgium. Belgium has one of the best when it comes on to feeder clubs in Europe. They have the factory there. They just turn out players and sell them. Then you go to the Ajax. That's a business. Dutch football. Jamaica our governments, they mostly focus on roads. They focus on the typical 9 to 5 jobs. You know what I mean?
JT, but
Things.
JT, as people, as private citizens, we also have to be able to come together in a private capacity and solve some of the problems.
No, that not gonna happen, brother. Yeah, that not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen.
You know what I mean?
No.
You and I.
You live in a dream
you
world
and I-
now.
hold
A
on,
dream
hold
world
on,
you live
hold
in now,
on,
brother.
hold on.
Carla, are you living in Jamaica now? You live in Jamaica now?
No, I'm not living in Jamaica. No.
You live in the diaspora. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But
Well,
I am born Jamaican. I live in Jamaica when I was 22.
I'm not trying to dispute whether or not you're Jamaican or not. So we want to help with development of football in Jamaica. Okay. School and your plans sound good. Find a club and sponsor them, man. And employ a coach that can coach grassroots football. So them now up in the Premier League or no Major League, them just got coach from 5, the age where you see them start at England, from 5 till them are 17.
It a go waste your money, man. You are wasting money.
Sponsor them, employ coach, provide gears, provide equipment. And if you can't find a coach, if you can't pay a coach, find a coach in Jamaica now who is willing to volunteer him time, become coach youth to play possession football.
We're not going to give a coach at Jamaica that the job left to do.
Point taken. Point taken.
They got turn back in a kick and run at some point.
Often we assume
them thing that we are talking about in a theory sound good, but we want money. We know Jamaica have money to do them thing, brother.
Every problem
you need investment. You need investment for those things.
Every problem Jamaica has, Jamaican people solution is more money. Every problem when for as long as I live, Jamaica has a crime problem, and the solution has been all of them want more money and they will pay themselves. And we see them money worth. Mantico is a wash with cash, and you have used one drive by in S-Class Mercedes Benz. You would have put up a drive by in a Mark X, and the solution is more money. Sometimes there's more money.
Carla, me now to say all the solutions to implement. To implement good, proper football systems require funds, brother. You require money, brother. No matter how we talk nice, brother, everything, bro. We need money for them things the way I talk about, brother. We need money to employ coaches. We need money for infrastructure. We need money for, bro. We need money, brother. So not care how you want to talk. Them countries the way they do it, them pump money in it, brother.
Sometimes we assume before the research is done. If the JFA, for example, or somebody send a delegation to example to say Belgium or those country and say, look, let us examine the footballing structure from bottom to top, and what do they do that we can do with our current circumstance? And I guarantee you there are things that can be done where a large injection of cash is not necessarily the problem. And let's look at the money issue and regarding certain things that have happened before. Before the JFF had structural issues where players weren't being paid on time, luggages were missing at XYZ. We have seen where a change in personnel, the JFF has not received any more money, but a simple change in personnel have borne fruit where certain problems have been solved.
Yeah, and 1 second, Crispy.
A joke you make.
No, Chris. No, Chris. No, right. Brian. 1 second. Let me. Well, I'm not in Crispy. Me dey on your show, you know. So we have to work together. Because I'm thinking both of you have a point. As Brian said, you need money to get things done. But what Crispy just said as well, that's also effective. Because there are people who are able to get more done with less in other countries as well. You see me I say? But if we're gonna look at the broader scope to get the thing really pristine and fine-tuned the way how we're proposing it, crispy, that's gonna take some investment, some money getting plugged into that. But as you said though, until we get to that point where that money is available, you're saying there are measures that can be taken before then to also get results that might be as close as to you having the money to get those results.
I agree. And also, before the money can be put in, the people who can put in the money wants to see a particular structure. I mean, so it's a chicken or the egg situation we have here. And the people who can put in the money, those people are not going to put in the money if a plan is not in place.
Crispy, you make some wicked point, bro. Because you lead me back to something where when you talk to a family member in Jamaica who wants you to invest some money for them say, yeah man, I buy about 50 white phone now. I go probably in bill a 4 cup later, and then we are gonna start out. Just send the money, man. Send the money. Me I go there. Me I go there tomorrow. A lot of that kind of bad way of how Jamaican people approach things. You talked about European people. My daughter, grandparents, we're working on a project together, bro. We have been having meetings right now for the past 2 months, and we not get one thing done yet. But it's going to happen. These people, they put more effort into planning.
Exactly.
And execution before they press the button. In Jamaica, what we do is we say, send anything them come. And when he come, we sort out him, man. Everything, just anything, you send the money come, man. Cause I see my boy, they pass to the lawnmower where they to me, see to cut field too. Can make him cut the field. If anything, me go link Sir John. Cause me see me that nothing really plan out. So exactly. As you said, I see where you're coming from, Crispy, is I also agree that it's a bad idea. So because even when Brian talk about we need money, bro, I seriously sound like some of my family member them. They talk about certain things with needing money. There's not a lot, and I'm not saying, I'm just Brian. I hope Brian no misunderstand that. You know what I mean? It's something else. They're asking me about money for something else. We're talking about football. But to what Brian was saying, you need money for these and you need, that's a fact. But when you also look at the planning phase and the idea of where they're gonna go in Jamaica, even though they need money, they don't know where they would go with the money.
JT and the JFF complains or they struggle to get funding from corporate Jamaica. And I can guarantee you that one of the problems is that when they go to corporate Jamaica and corporate Jamaica asks about the plan, they have none. Or the plan is not adequate, or there are holes in the plan.
Answer this, Crispy. Boss Thomas, you say, JT, when you examine the Haitian football at grassroots level and Jamaica currently, well, and we're gonna need Brian to answer that because Haiti is in a crisis. Haiti is like Haiti, and they seem to be getting a lot of results. So the infrastructure, finance, they're at a deficiency there. So how do you consider that, Brian? You can get back to what Crispy was saying. You don't think that Jamaica can still, I think that Jamaica can still get a lot done without a large injection of money too.
Brother, the simple solution right now, bro, is
money.
Recruit the best players them, qualify for tournaments, get money, and put the money in football, brother.
But again, but what I see, JT asks to look at what the Asians, JT asks to look at what the Asians are doing and you ignore that.
All just calm down this going to JT.
Yeah.
Remember tell me that man used to run a club in a brother.
Mhm.
You can't tell me nothing, brother. When you go for your coach and them thing there, bro, bro, there's nobody who want to volunteer for nothing in Jamaica, brother. And it is unrealistic to ask them to because of our current situation, brother. Yo, the best players them for 80, brother. Them are playing at 80. In 80, them are playing. Them not playing the brother. Right now, all right, 80, something from 80. What do you mean? Real hope. Go CSU thing what they Champions League like couple of them go to run a 32 and them lose to Cruise as well. The next 3 play them from real hope. What them do now? I'm on present, brother. What do you think them left? You think that because them love Jamaica? Money, them can get good pay, brother. And them can play now and fair decent enough league. And chances are them think them more present can win and them can go further. And whatever, bro. And also, more present even has 3 other Asian players who play youth football, who qualify 80 to the last U17 World Cup was just done. The qualifier was just keep, brother. And me I tell you, sir, you are going to see more of that happen, bro. Why do you think you must stay at 80 and try to develop? Why the government at 80 must try to develop a football infrastructure over there? And whatever, bro. Because it take money and them not have it, bro. They not have it, bro.
Yes, but these Asian players
you know what the solution now? Get the players them into leagues where you can afford to pay them and them can get some development.
Yeah, but we're talking about players who are 5, 6 years old. These Asians are not 5. These Asians are teenagers. So obviously, hold on. Obviously, these Asians have gone through some development before.
Don't tell me for hold on, brother. You're not a ninja man. Can you not listen to me I say? Me say the man them play real hope. The big man me not talk little boy, brother. Me I tell you say big man they play for real hope. The 3 best players them for real hope end up a month. And one of the best players them for Mocha. Them come from 80. Think a little boy alone me talk about. Them not just recruit little boy alone. Them recruit big man together.
You're not disagreeing with me. Yeah, I am saying.
I think we don't have 2 different discussions then.
I am saying the players who are not one pleasant, they have shown a certain quality. What I am saying is that those players were developed in 80 before. When they were 5 years old and 6 years old, they were in 80. So obviously something good is being done in 80 where football is concerned.
Okay. So that means
with fewer resources than we have in Jamaica.
Hold on, Carla. Hold on. Because I think Jamaica have more overseas players than 80. I think we have more players in the region, in the MLS, in the USL. We have players, Jamaica have more players than 80. That means our footballing, we're not learning from 80 then, because our footballing thing way more advanced than them. Because I think we have more players.
No, but 80 when 80 play Jamaica. Hold on, let me finish.
We
beat them with a significant amount of English-based players. We are comparing.
The English-based player them are Jamaican. They are going at them again.
That's not. But we're talking about developing football at the local level.
Nice.
So we are comparing Asian local players against Jamaican local players.
Nice try.
No, it's not nice try.
Nice try.
That's what we're talking about. We're talking about.
So, argument moving on to that we are compare Jamaican developed players to Asian developed players.
But that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about for all this time.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about for all this time. We're talking about because JT. I don't know if you were listening to the conversation before, but people were there was a battle between the local players versus the English players and resources and development.
Kaheim Dixon, bro. It's Kaheim Dixon. So
equipment and so we are and then JT and I we're talking about why we don't have more top level players coming out of Jamaica. So the discussion was about the football locally.
That's not what JT was talking about. No, that's not what JT was talking about.
That's what JT and I were talking about.
No, that's not what JT was talking about.
JT and I were talking about that.
Jay Taylor started off the conversation with Kaheim Dixon versus
Kaheim Dixon.
Mm-hmm. And the argument was where Kaheim on the Trinidad versus Kaheim Dixon. Would it suit Jamaica to go Anderson direction or go ahead with the development of Dixon? That was the argument about, not about English-based player versus
we know. I'm want to get your take on this in a one Godson. What is your take on that? Kaheim Dixon, Karoy Anderson, because my simple take, I said, if I'm a coach and I look around on the bench, 60 minutes on the clock, Kaheim Dixon, I put on.
Listen, Jay Taylor, let me say something. As you already know, some of DCU.
Yeah.
When we grew up, it was Monroe and Stets. And if you want your son to become a footballer or anything in a sport, Stets will be the best place for him. Now, send him go to DC. Don't say you can send him go to home with Javier.
Yeah.
So I see him say, well, Dixon. Right now, Dixon is at a place where he must develop himself. He need this.
In football development, just start.
England a one bench, and he get all of the schooling he could have get, and he get a one bench.
Brother, so here one now. All right, Godson, because DC you're going to, you have bright youth, you know. And that's, you see what you just say? May I explain to the people them say you have a youth. They have a youth at Jamaica. You have a youth at Jamaica. We are kick breadfruit and them kind of ball there, and he make it to a club where you there for about 6 or 7, and people are trying to compare a youth like Kaheim Dixon. Kaheim Dixon get it the hard way, brother. Kaheim Dixon get it.
Somebody line crazy now.
About a brand, my driver or something. So them now getting a Godson say you cannot compare. Brother, Karoy and this a force ripe in force ripe.
Right now.
JT, we can't compare in one breath and in another breath say don't compare.
Where are you?
No. We can't compare in one breath and in another breath, in the same breath, say do not compare.
You know, say you're very skillful at confusing me. I don't know where you're gone for a while ago.
If we say, if you're going to say a player is in England and
no, make DC boss finishing point, and then you go through DC boss.
Go ahead.
Come here, there a long time.
Chris, you know, we are gonna say, coming up really gonna make a point. I'm gonna just say one thing. Me agree. Me understand where Chris come from in terms of the whole narrative of saying, okay, you have players who've been in the academy and they're exposed to certain things, so you would expect them to come back here to Jamaica and play. But you see, that's the problem when you're trying to make an organization or try to build a team. You can't just go by skills alone, you know. There's soft skills and there's hard skills.
Okay.
There's certain people. And I hear this quote said a lot, you know, and I hear it a lot from this quote. I always talk about the attitude. And I'll tell you honest truth, Kaheim Dixon is one of them youth there who have that attitude. In company, he might see us, even though Cephas run up and down like in no sense of having head down. But in the day, he have an attitude in terms of how he play the game. You have another man.
Too early. Can't let go road boy. Too early.
Everybody on the field, and it don't work like that, bro. That's what I say. When you build an organization, sometimes the person with the most skill is not. Honestly, you know what happened, JT, and a lot of people got lick me for this, you know. We are crying for this. We are crying for Mason Greenwood.
No, there's a breaking news right now. There's some fresh news that came out. I'm telling you last week, say I'm over Mason Greenwood them right now.
Yeah, man, this attitude. We are talking about the attitude.
Yeah, because
nobody not talk.
It's in the Gleaner now. It's in the Gleaner now that Roy Simpson has stated that nothing has changed with Mason Greenwood
We
situation.
need to let it go. We need to let
That's why I tell people, so JT now go come on YouTube, brother.
It can be more toxic than good for the team. You know?
He can become a distraction where everybody thinks that Mason Greenwood will come. Mason Greenwood. He can stay in yard for all I care, bro. That's how me feel, bro. He can turn all in yard, bro.
If the coach can, if he want to, if the Roberto Dizab, whatever he means, can maintain him and control him. I don't know who this old man that we have ever do it with him.
Yeah, bro.
So I have not heard of Mason Greenwood causing any problems attitude wise. I've not heard of that.
You're not listening sports then. You're not listening sports.
Oh, okay, tell us some of the problems.
Right now is mutiny. There's a mutiny going on over there in Marseille. We're talking about. There's mutiny going on in Marseille in terms of Mason Greenwood and couple other players. We're talking about.
Okay.
So Mason Greenwood and a couple other players.
You know, hey, listen, Chris. Let me tell you something. I am not the person who's delivering these messages. You can go ahead, take your phone, Google it, and go in there. You can debate me on these.
Yeah, man. Bless yourself, Omar Henry.
Don't take me on. Don't take me on.
I don't know how long you have been listening to the program, but you said you have been listening from the get-go, and you would have heard that I am not a
but Crispy, I can break it down very quickly. No, Crispy, but the man answers something and you don't know. So I'm on the show and I'm gonna break it down quickly for you.
I am not a local player basher. I want him to know that.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not categorizing you. I'm not labeling you. I'm not doing that. That's not my job.
So what's happening with Mason Greenwood lately was that the coach was blaming him for certain situations, like he can get more out of him and etc. when he should have blamed the team. But let me just point this: people, when you see me come out more time, me mind on my youth. Me come like Kanye West, some of them people, you know, like we do some madness, but it just work out because we go with gut feeling. Me I tell you, bro, the same thing with Omari Hutchinson. Listen, DC boss, you was a big man. Want play football and you say a birth certificate on your mother yard. Knock on the door, mommy. Well, the birth certificate you did have lock off for me there. Me ready, you know, me I make a move. My mother kind of no long argument with me about if go play ball, bro.
Yeah.
So part of me tells me that Mason Greenwood is like this Russia-Ukraine negotiation. He's dragging his feet. He don't want a ceasefire. He's dragging his feet, bro. You know, I'm not feeling it, bro.
I am one of those people who always say we must work with what we have. I have said that many times on the program and elsewhere that we must work with what we have. I don't think the players on the team are as bad as people made them out to be. Neither are they
as good as we expect them to be.
I'm gonna say one thing, JT, and you're not gonna agree with this.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say this. For me, I listen to this, for me, I come from this YouTube thing, and I realize that all the Jamaican people, you know, local and abroad, we don't know what is it, you know, but they come like they have a thing against Rastaman and for the team, you know.
Rastaman, then?
We don't know. We don't know because.
Which Rastaman get kicked off by team? Rotted. Yo, the Rasta, because the Rasta them non-perform.
No, the Rastaman them kicked off by wicked now.
The Rasta, yo, about 3 Rasta get dashed with this year off our side, you know, man.
Yo, the man that league. So we get a follow a long time calling, you know, me.
No, I don't think so. Because guess what? No, man, guess what? Guess what, DC boss? Jamaican.
No. Honestly, from skill call, which other Rastaman you ever see make it on the team?
Listen, because I think that Jamaicans, one of the greatest gifts to Jamaican football would be if we have a superstar Rasta. You know what that would do for you know what that would do for brand Jamaica? An actual Rasta who is a superstar.
I agree. JP, I agree with you. I am going to tell you guys a story. I have a cousin, right? And he was married to an African American lady. and she came to Jamaica and she would not leave without taking a picture with a Rastafarian.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, wow. I mean, she doesn't want to take a picture with me, but I mean, she said, she would love to take a. So, JT, you have a point.
Yeah, because you would tie brand Jamaica and the football into one with the culture, the Bob Marley, the Rasta.
Yes.
But throughout football, there hasn't been. For me, one of the greatest Rastas one of my favorite Rastas in football would have been the Davies and the Seedorfs from the Dutch team.
Yes.
And those were midfielders. But when I look around the world, we don't know too much Rasta way really take over the ball game around the world. DC.
Would you consider Billy Gardner to be a Rasta?
Well, when he started, no, yes, right now we're here, yes.
Okay.
But initially, well, when we tell you honest truth, wearing that dread on your head, it comes with a lot, It comes a lot,
I agree. I agree.
Don't think that it's a fashion thing. Most of these guys are doing for fashion now, but we all know, even in Jamaica now, when you put on that locks, you know.
I agree.
You know you stick up,
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, that locks can be the difference between you.
DC, you hit a good point, but DC, let me read a comment and I can take it on as well. JT, make Macy Greenwood grow. You don't want Macy Greenwood in the team, but you want Dixon. You know, see, you're a football fool. So this is a person who came on the stream today. First message the name. I think Elon Musk needs to implant one of those Neuralink chips in this individual brain, because I think he's missing brain cells. After all we talked about, listen to how the man coined that statement.
Yeah.
He missed the whole point where we were saying, bro, it's about the delegation. If you don't want to come play for Jamaica, it's like a woman when I want you. I'm not gonna be at her door asking her mother when she'll come back from town. No, JT gone for another move. Is our next girl. You see me?
I am going to say something. I am going to make a very radical proposal right now.
Yeah.
Are you ready, JT?
Yeah, I'm listening.
I think Kaheim Dixon should start.
Oh, what?
No.
For the national team.
No.
Hold on. Either he start or he come on at half time.
I kinda, yes, but now go.
He needs more time on the pitch.
Chris, want to tell you why I disagree with you?
Go ahead.
I'm tell you why I disagree. You see, right now, the way how when we talk this with JT the other time now. You see, when Bailey get up and he take that ball and he put it there and take that penalty kick there the last time.
Yes.
And you see, that comes with a lot of years of experience, a lot of years of growth. May I tell you honest truth, the way how Jamaica public stay. Me watch it, I listen to most of these callers and we see how the love and hate they have with people. If Kaheim Dixon ever go out, they have a bad game. If Kaheim Dixon ever go out, they have a bad game and miss couple kicks and stuff like that. The way how them beat, the way that we can beat people, brother. That's abuse, I
don't think I'm not sure about the starting, but I do think he deserves a bit more time. And people,
he's not gonna get it. He's not gonna get the JT. He have to go develop. He have to develop better.
And what I'm saying, people, I'm not saying that we don't want Mason Greenwood them in the team. What we're saying is Mason Greenwood can turn out to be a massive distraction for Jamaica. It can be a thing where you wait there. Let me just use an example. You know, some people when them parents tell them say them will go far and them tap the schoolwork.
Yes.
People don't understand the side effect of the mental, the psychological effect of you knowing that you're gonna get something better, so you don't have to be consistent in what you're doing. No. Sometimes
with
understand that, bro.
With the current chasm between the people who want more local and the people who want more diaspora. I think we should kind of give this line. I want us to kind of get away from it for a while. The Mason Greenwood might not come on this. Omar Hutchins, I want us to get away from that.
That's what I'm trying to do, bro. I'm so over these guys. I'm so. And guess what? The man, them, as you talk about a player who is actually dedicated and want to play, them say, yeah, put local against him. And bro, at these things, they kind of get on top of them upset, you know, where Tapa say, "Tell can't go to England, go come and come to Jamaica, come play. Me not go ride it." Them think they get top of them upset too. Cause top of them, although them have them flaws, top of them have a certain thing where them say, bro, you say if you don't plan to come play for Jamaica, me never response for you. You see me? There's part of that in a top of them essence where come on to the man says, man now I come from England, we love it. Brother, me on top of them, I have that top of thing there sometime. Part of me, I'm like that as a Jamaican. You see, if
but
me,
then,
I go keep
JT, then you should not be dealing with the recruitment because the recruitment takes a level of dexterity
no, but
that you obviously you're saying
no,
you don't have.
No, bro, but you notice,
you don't have the
crispy, you notice what I always tell people? This YouTube channel here, it's not ESPN or a Sky Sport, because me, when my head take me, I'm going to go off, I'm a fan. I never move away from being a fan.
But for example, I cannot approach, your data with the level of dialogue that I approach you. I have to be more. I have to be more
understand, but crispy, you want a crispy? I don't dialogue. But the difference is I don't dialogue with players. I don't dialogue with players, brother.
Yeah. Never said two things. You personally on your channel right now, I'm gonna be honest with you. You have a platform, you have a platform right now, and you're growing, and we support you. I'm gonna be honest with you. Later on, you're gonna have an obligation where if you want to stay neutral and with the same tone you have right now, but you want to grow. If you want to grow and be monetary and make money, you're gonna have to loosen up on that. You're gonna have to loosen up. There'll come a point where when money starts involved in it, you have kids, you have things to take care of. Me don't care attitude.
You mean with YouTube? You mean with YouTube?
You're grow, man. I tell you, you're gonna grow, bro. You're gonna grow. You're gonna reach a point where that same talk that you have, you're not gonna have.
No, but guess what? You also have to look on the projection and the possibility within the niche. There's not enough people in this niche.
There is. May I tell you the truth? Listen, JT, I've been around for 98 and I see the global impact that 98 had on Jamaica. And this is
bro, who is brother thread soft time, brother. First me I see up on the channel, brother. You say you go stop listening to me from today. For my opinion, me can't save you, brother.
Yeah.
What me go do? Me make an opinion and you go stop listening to me. Then God bless you, brother. Bless yourself, bro. No man, you have to pay them, man, brother. Cause me don't know what more me do. Not have my opinion.
JT and Chris. JT and Chris. You guys are talking. You see, Chris are talk about the argument. Chris make me understand the argument Chris take, because you know what? When it comes to selling jersey, when it comes to playing Jamaica soccer on the TV and people have access to it and stuff like that and watch it in terms of airtime, them big name that is important to have on the field, you know.
Yeah, but let me say this to you though, DC. Me as a youth grew up like this a country, right? Me grew up and me learn. You see me now, that's why me not put my back in over the counter. Me as a youth where learn to live with the little bit what me have. You see, me live with me tell you this, Chris. Me learn to live within me means. You see me? Like you now go see me go buy something where me can't afford, or me sit down and stress about it, and I take the same attitude toward football. You see the people them will show me them even when me give Leon Bailey some credit for the last show, you know, because a lot of things happened where that Leon Bailey thing could have got derailed, you know, where Leon Bailey relationship with the football could have been even worse. Beneath all of that, Leon Bailey still show a level of delegation to this thing. He keeps showing up. He might not keep showing up on the field with his play, but he keeps showing up. And that's very important. No, what I'm saying is, bro, Mason Greenwood them until them forward, brother. But JT is not going to be on YouTube cheerleading these guys to come and play for Jamaica as a Jamaican who get a watch Merlin Atty and them people they run against some drugged up Americans and still a beat them. I have that willpower in me as a Jamaican. Say, bro, we do our best with what we have. If they come and join us, we work with them. Mason Greenwood them come, I'm gonna be the first one supporting him. But JT won't be on here cheerleading for Mason Greenwood to show up. I believe that Jamaica is a product where you have to feel the love for Jamaica and want to do it, brother, and understand what it means. If you don't understand what it means, go on, just stay away there, bro.
Actually, leave it alone.
Clown, yeah, man. We put him
leave it alone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. We want the people them with delicate. And you hear the coach, bro, they have the first thing me and some top coach saying, yo, the mindset. Look at Ravel Morris them. Them have all the skill, all the talent. Their application to the game caused them, brother. Certain things caused them. Mason Greenwood, remember Mason Greenwood kick off with some like a problem before that's something they go on to, you know. We Southgate never pick it. That's why people forget why Mason Greenwood is available to play for Jamaica right now. It was an attitude problem. It was an attitude problem before that whole thing. Before that whole thing. You don't know why Mason Greenwood is allowed to play for Jamaica now? Remember that Southgate basically blackballed Mason Greenwood for almost 2 years.
Because of attitude.
Because of attitude. So I'm saying, bro, if he can't get it together and want to come play for Jamaica, bro, JT is not gonna be one of those bootlicker on YouTube. I wait upon them youth. Them come me support them 100%. But I'm not one of them yard boy there, bro. As you said, Jeremy Lee, what are you gave the negatives on Mason Greenwood. So what is the positive? I don't know what negative. I gave you my opinion on Mason Greenwood. So I don't know what positives. The positive is Mason Greenwood is a good football player. We've been hearing that he's supposed to come to play for Jamaica. I'm more concerned about the team, the vibes around the team, and the country moving forward. If he don't want to come, stay in yard. That's how I see it, bro. He doesn't want to show up, stay in yard. Love and respect him, same way. That's it.
Yo, JT, more have to say this to you know. The last time we have a chat, you know, I think the last time we have a chat, and we talk about the unity. We talk about the Unity Cup. I mean, I said, boy, it's nice if all the players them this rope in and do the thing, but we see the coach come out and they make a decision and say, boy, well, the players need rest and what rare, and I'm going to go with local based players, whatever it make it. And then if you have to catch on myself and say, you know, something did wrong though, because me's not a man who have kids. Me's not a man who have kids. Me's a man who's just he's a free agent. So me's a live life the best way he can live life. As you as a man who have kids, and I'm listening to the argument, I'm here on our talk, I'm here how emotional behind the whole family aspect. And you know what happened? Me go stand down on that talk, because even though mean things say, the best thing was to get the squad together and have everybody gelling.
No. You what even reached me right now. Me I work Cola last week, right? That I spent some time with them grandmother and them thing there. Today, me for work at Easter, me say me no, me can't have a whole entire week there so when me and my daughter no do no kind of bonding and them. Me have to take her go a playground today, bro. Take her out, go have lunch and and real things back in. Family input. Because you see when you go, they go broke all the foot, and the same wife, you have to go sit down at the house and deal with every day, brother. You never spend no time with. True, man. True. So
kids, the mental thing that is really good for the players. So you know what, me stand down for that one.
Yeah, and it's bro, it's okay. I think, bro, your point that you were making, that's the ideal world, where we want, That's where we want, But knowing football
They're
players,
still human. They're still humans.
yeah, football. Remember, say next thing, a big debate now is that football players are playing too much football. Remember, that's a problem right now. Go ahead, Travis Special. Travis.
JT.
Yeah.
Oh, go on, man.
Yeah, we're there.
Pick up the man there, man. Boy, I tell you, say, every day we play football, you go JT. You know what we attack with balance, brother. See? Yesterday we go watch Mount Pleasant and Mobile. I tell you, say, JT, football alive and well now in Jamaica.
One crowd, look like you one crowd did they?
JT, we did a live in Iceland and Westmoreland, me live and me go to match yesterday. I tell you that. And I'm over here support. But Mount Pleasant was just better than them. And the in terms of the first half was equal to me.
They must get two Haitian are the best two players in our league right now, man.
No, not necessarily. But the number 6 though, he 6. Clifford Thomas, I best see them for you in our Caribbean.
When my Haitian, I am them say they want to get him Jamaican citizenship.
He look a 16-year-old bad too. And one next one to come on. They have more president of a team to win the league. But I tell you about, guess what the problem? It's a knockout league, so you win the straight league, it don't really matter.
Yeah, then can't catch him. Then can't catch him.
And they say I have to show your way.
Because when top of them run into Mr. Speed them, I know in my youth. It go get Mr. Speed them with thief all a 1-0 win over top of them in the semi-finals.
No, remember said JT. And that's called football we play in Jamaica, so everybody understands that a straight league we play.
Yo, Travis, say I would a wicked way how that the JPL to me should be structured like schoolboy football. Like I would structure the JPL where every game mean something. Where maybe you get you get more teams in there and you put them in a group like how you have like.
No, we don't have the money. We don't have the money.
No. I'm just saying, but hear me out now, Travis. Like how you have football, you have the region, 4 teams down west. If the team them, you have them school they from them. Whatever, 6 teams, 2 teams come out, reach a semi-final. Then you have like a Walker Cup. You have the Champions League, the Karoy Cup. You have these different cups where each team are playing.
Remember, say the link up play about a couple years ago,
Yeah, I think it just too drawn out and some of the game then not excited, bro.
It's a alley. Remember say hypocrite, We only come on this program to disrespect local football. We live in Jamaica, so we support our football. We don't support EPL.
The caller here, that's advocating for balance. Hold on. The caller here that's advocating for balance. Can I explore that a little bit?
It's Travis. Balance.
Travis, can I explore balance for a little bit? Say in the starting level for the Reggae Boys, we have 10 local-based players, 1 UK-based player, and I say remove two of the local-based players to get 2 overseas-based players, because we need more balance. Your response will be
no, Crispy, me know that a coach pick team.
No.
Crispy, what you want to talk about? You are trying to come with. You're not going to work with me. What me say?
You're advocating for balance.
Listen me now, Crispy. I coach problem, not mine. I'm a fan.
Yes, but you're a fan advocating for balance.
Yeah, but me not. Listen to Crispy. We are fans. We have your opinion. We're not the coach. Say you want me to overseas player. Listen to Crispy. If I tell overseas best player to play, and them won't play. Coach responsibility.
But that would not be balanced.
Crispy, you want to go into something different, brother. No,
you put forth an argument.
Crispy, Crispy, listen to me carefully. When we talk about balance, our persons believe that everything comes from England is the greatest thing since sliced bread.
That's incorrect. Anybody who say that, that's incorrect.
That me listen to Crispy, if they follow Charlton, every week
the fans they want Dixon to play. In the team. Carlos and some player we are playing over Dixon.
You the call back Karoy and this Travis?
Yeah, man, I mean, Karoy no come from the little boy, man. You have to rate them you. That's why we can't
but Travis, you see, that's so now, and you see, as when it come on to balance people, that's so me and Travis, them are going to disagree now. Because me now go use yeah, cause in a this case of Travis, me now go use you see football. That's the next thing, Travis. You can't get too emotionally attached to a player. Like
so, JT, me not pick Karoy more than the hype of K Palmer when they talk about.
No, a Dixon. Them a say, man, Dixon they are same club, a different league. That
are two different players. This is a winner, man.
As bad as Casey Palmer, me that bring Casey Palmer over Karoy Anderson. As bad as
Anderson over Palmer.
JT, you said you put some you threw some cold water on the old emotional aspect recently. You just know, but part of my reason for wanting Kaheim Dixon in the squad is emotions.
No, bro. It's not just emotion. You're a reason. You're a reason.
Yes. I want him in the team.
If Mr. Kaheim Dixon play three game in a row for Jamaica and him not good, JT first I come tell us, yo, get him off of the team. Me not fall in love with player, brother.
But JT, every time Dixon play, Dixon can add something to the team.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
Listen, JT, two Dixon come from England and born and play in a championship or League One. He not good. Enough for today. As a Chris Smith said,
who said that?
The only players in our national team from Jamaica. Yes. The goalkeeper play and Bailey.
Yeah.
Who said that Dixon? Who doesn't want Dixon in the team? And Travis, you also cannot listen to fringe people and then plaster that all over the footballing fraternity.
Everything 50 beat on Dixon. He beat them goals. All right. Look here now. Pinnock done bench captain at Brentford. Nobody not talk about that.
Pinnock a bench at Brentford now? No, wait there. Pinnock a bench at Brentford now? Wait there. Travis, Pinnock a bench at Brentford now?
Yeah, man, he not get no game yesterday. But they win 4-2.
I thought he's coming back from an injury.
Something right there, man. That's something right.
Nobody, Crispy. Nobody. No injury.
And Issa Allen, feel free to join in. Issa Allen.
Injury. He drop off a farm. Nobody can.
But Travis. All right, people, on a taking in a style. You remember when me saying at the first game against
Hold
on, Travis. The first game against St. Vincent, I said to people that Ethan Pinnock struggled. He looked terrible in that game. People, JT, I be a madness I talk on YouTube. That's how when Travis come tell me say Ethan Pinnock bench now. Bro, Ethan Pinnock is a good defender, but Ethan Pinnock is also very mistake prone. He is very mistake prone lately, bro. I can't say I saw this coming, but that first game against St. Vincent, he wasn't that good. He wasn't that good.
That's a Pinnock before in National King in that game, in that first half. And then I tell him something. But the one time in National King I score, a King I worse. Let me show them back.
Carla,
and family, our friend.
Carla, but you see, you have to be fair. If a mistake is made and a goal is not scored, and then a mistake is made by another player and the opposing player score, people are going to be more concerned about the instance where the goal was scored. Right? I mean, that's a logical thing to do, to be more concerned about the mistake that was made that caused the goal.
We are calling now. You are trying to look up.
No. You're biased, and then you're accusing other people of being biased.
We're on YouTube on 2020. The bias when it comes on to local player making mistake in a Jamaica team is second to none. Than an England-born player making a mistake.
That's not true. That's not true.
It's
That's not true. Bossman. Hey, me hear on radio man I call Englishman them. They call them reject. They call them all sorts.
So when I call local man,
I never hear nobody on the radio call no local man pub. When the man call Bobby Reed a pub.
I want to start. When you can't come man pass up. Why go to that?
You see what happen now. You just as the people call.
So call Bobby now.
Nothing wrong, Kevin.
So yeah.
And you are defeated. I really wonder what
we know who you know. You ask anyone of them, you want to tell you know born in Jamaica, so not born him. When you're cranky. I worse something.
Boss man, you're trying to make a point and your own words out your own mouth to defeat the point.
But we're not you're Fulham good as a player for your sign back to Fulham. You're going to get relegated. What can I move now?
No, he didn't have a choice, bro.
But he have choice.
No, man. Him. Listen, them Bobby Reed, them are just utility player, just bounce around, you know, just
championship
bounce around the league and they just get him into. Cause you see, like some team, let's say next season, not Leeds, but is not. Let's say like a Sheffield United comes up, they will get a player.
Because Phoenix United will be going home.
You sound so happy, man. You sound happy.
I mean, the JT will predict this man. I'm predict, I tell you.
So Craig Butler go jump out the league.
I mean, yesterday, how much I hear in news. Me say the owner tells me you have to lift up Frank Lyon with the team. I'll tell you that. So more to come.
Yeah, but listen, Travis, and when it comes on to the rejects and all those things,
Germany, people call the local players rejects, say they're not good either. JPL players. So what you're saying, Germany, it don't really make sense.
Yeah, but listen, I have
Germany.
Listen, hold on, Travis. You see me personally, brother, because me not really have no problem with what a football fan want call a player. To be honest, like me personally, me and people are coming and say, JT, you can't make Rude Boy Company show a call Antonio dead battery. That's the man opinion, bro. That's the man.
JT,
yeah, he love that. He love that.
Yeah, me know, bro.
He love that.
After me killing argument, he go ask me, what are you man called Bobby Reed about? Eh? I like you want me to point out college players now.
I'm not opinion that.
Okay, Travis.
But nobody call no English players. No bad name.
When I get one, I check them. You need to get one for Travis.
When I Neuralink them.
Yeah, when I Neuralink them, you need to get.
Listen, when I look friend for a baller, like you know. I'm telling you that straight. Me have a friend for a baller. I don't know work with Reno too.
So where you say about Macy Greenwood? Because I'm a dragging feet in a Travis.
No, man. To me, Rice seems to chat too much. In the first place, he shouldn't go tell the public nothing. The way I do, he chat too much.
You know, so I'm glad say Rice seems to, you know, Travis, I'm actually glad say Rice seems to come do this, brother. Because as I say, people keep expect Macy Greenwood to come save the team, bro.
Listen. People call players reject. Me call them reject too. So now that me say.
People expect Macy Greenwood to come save Jamaica.
Say they're a good part. On the one side, trying like on the smart. Like you think say on the bright and people all the while.
DC boss, join in when you're ready, you know, bro. It's a free farm, you know.
No, me taking Travis man and the man because real talk, me have a disagreement with Travis, but me I listen to him and me I try to understand him a little bit more.
Don't worry about
at first
understanding my boss.
No, because at first me always think that Travis was a man who said in this one bus of youth, and me this is that about him, but they are listening because in order to understand, understand somebody have to listen, somebody have to listen sometimes.
This is the man that they say, the man have a style and come and tell us that they want the best players.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I feel them talking about. Guess what? And I like me, you know, what I'm talking about. Come here, players in JPL, when we don't rate him. Call Maggie them and Makala them. So in that team already, I'm talking straight, you know. And then say, I'll be a local man who will pack up in a team. Like I'm a coach.
But Travis, there's one thing. Me not try to take you on or anything. That me just want to hear this from you. Are you one of the are you a person who just try to advocate for only local players on the team, or you just want the best players?
No, man, you're bad, man. No, I'm from England. I've been in England.
All right. Me done. Because me always have the wrong impression of you. Me always have the wrong impression of you.
Change from 98. When we have our local there home here, we have players all overseas now playing from different countries. But the point what we have is McLaren. If McLaren come here, from he come here till now, American Garden still a big player for him. McLaren go yard. We don't need him.
Man. That's not true.
Waste of time.
That's not true.
You and JT are friend, because JT know how to hear that.
So all right. So
No.
You have an issue with that?
What? For the coach go in yard now?
No, I said, Marine Gardner pick for the coach. For that, I go on if you got yard. That is me say.
Who for go in yard? Who Travis want to go in yard?
No, he's saying if Marine Gardner continue picking the team for the coach, if the guy yard, because he's not doing.
No, man. When we pick a team, I pick scout local players. When we see coach himself, they are much I watch. He don't need Marine again. Man is there to assist, not to insist.
I think that, Travis, I think with the new, as I said, bro, I think with the new assistant coming in.
Yeah, man,
Marian Garden already been relegated to an intern now. Him just.
I agree 100%.
Germany.
I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, I agree with him with that too. I agree with him with that.
So we football corrupt to a core in a Jamaica.
Yeah. No, you're talking. Honestly. No, you're talking.
I said that's in the role. I feel the club Reno recently as a team manager. Internal problem match up. We don't make it to the semi-final. I'm a walk. Find out in the middle. Because people were in charge, they're trying to listen to you. They're closer to the players then. And you try to tell them things, they don't want to hear that. They want to feel them things. I want to feel now. They come and call you. You don't answer them, brother. Until they move, we go right now. That's my problem.
Where is it? David Smith, yeah, brother. If you see a waste man reason, when we want to see for you, next week in David Smith is this, right? Hold on, him Travis. When we want to see for you, David Smith, we want you under the Arsenal page them, argue with them fans there, when them a call, feed them players on name. Because I don't know how there's a rule for on the Jamaican fans them. Like when me and the man them calling up and talk show at England some morning, I know the man them a deal with us some player where I play for England and feel for them. And as we talk about a player, everybody say to no disrespect, brother. A football player, them man they're not your friend, brother. Football players, they're not your friend. I mean, know the people them want we like we just come up here, bro. I keep telling people that this show is not that show, bro. We can't wait for the nice show them where it's the players, everybody's gonna come and we're waiting for the guys and we love them. I don't mind show that, brother. My show is more the people them chop whatever come on their mind once you stay respectful as well. You see me? When we not tell a man about him mother and violence and them thing, it's a football show. If me there Jamaica, me up on the corner, so me and my friend them reason football, bro. We not take it personal. But people can't expect me if you come on YouTube and turn into somebody else, bro. This is just me, bro.
Reno is a 3-time JPL champion. When Lima can win one Premier League.
Yeah, my thing is different, bro. My thing is not as yeah, but Travis, we don't want you to come switch up your show now, because we still did having a discussion. Yeah, all right, we're gonna stay on. Jeremy, you wanted to make a point. Go ahead.
When the hear you said to Israel a while ago, right? About the reject stuff, right?
Yeah.
And you said we're biased on the local players, right? Here's the deal, right? Every time I always start here, I always try to find a common ground, right? It's like we arguing and shouting at each other, right?
Yeah.
To me personally, right? Kaheim Dixon is for the future, and he's at the right place doing what he's supposed to be doing, right?
Yeah.
To me, don't rush him, right? I think by next year, that kid, right, will be on the right path, right? I think that kid is on the right path. Where is that right now? I love how he might develop, right? Right? And I do him thing. I don't think that we as fans, right, should rush him, right? But I think, your next year he should be in the national team. Back
No,
to the
man.
reject stuff now,
Me
right?
no agree with that. Germany,
Eh?
you're on a poor choice that you say, feel like it. Make the coach make that decision.
No,
Come
I'm
to
not
the
saying
child
that
at
team,
first.
don't get me wrong with the Travis.
The child can find a
Yeah.
very free complete in our team. But people have to target something.
Yeah.
No,
I
but
don't feel
Travis,
that.
the like you just said, I know for the decision P19, and then fan
Mm.
decision P19, Travis.
No, man. The reason why we don't say that, we don't use other players who want to come play for we. They don't have a passport,
No,
so they don't
Travis,
play for
Travis,
the
that's not
country.
No, Travis.
Travis. I never said that to Travis. We say, right, the youth, they are the
Yeah.
right place to get the proper development. I'm one
I
that team,
agree
right?
with
You
that,
know,
but
we
what
rush
time you
it.
play the Jamaican perform? Yes or no?
No, I said no, Travis, right? But
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
And people, we have 10 minutes. Listen,
Listen,
people, we have 10 minutes to go, all right? It's almost midnight.
Yeah.
Come, I have to jump on a slave of
Not
money.
finish up.
Yeah.
But bro, right? I don't like this back and forth between the local and the overseas.
No,
I
I stop
personally don't
Germany.
That
like
now
it.
go
They're
stop,
one
bro.
generator.
That now go stop. I tell you right now.
Germany,
That now go
you
stop.
know, Pastor wanted to play. The man
Eh?
said something about Daily show one day. The man
Yeah.
said, no JPL player no have no right in the national team. 'Cause we don't have no data upon them.
But Travis, that's not everybody's opinion, Travis.
No,
It's one opinion, right?
And that's how man only got sent home from St. Elizabeth. What about the St. Elizabeth team?
Yeah, but you see, this is what I keep on telling you, right? You can't take one man opinion and put a broad brush with everybody, right?
Chris Smith, my good friend Chris Smith, tell me, say, talk on the YouTuber, say Leon Bailey alone, and Andre Baker born in Jamaica, senior national team. Let me tell you that. So when me talk bias and fact me talk, me not talk fiction.
Facts over fiction.
So, hey,
Right,
so me
Travis.
talk about that talk on the two sides, come in the cake, come in the look friend for a ball line.
Yeah, but nobody likes anybody else to talk about it. You understand?
Somebody on the side, they don't know what to do. They come to criticize. France Jamaica lose. They cost. They can't put Jason again. Because they don't have bad data again. Far away. You don't know this. So I'm not going to.
Just a while ago, right? And also, I hear when yesterday, right? Said, what? All the bad now, he continued to get done. He kept been on the bench for the last 3 years.
Germany, it's like come here, do that. The person them always they not come contact, but so long Boyz at the top bench and a local man see fast. Chris Smith and main one.
No, but Boza, but Travis, let me just say this now. One second.
Not start the last 2 games either.
Yeah,
Right?
but let me.
The two of them
No, man, he played in between that. He played in between that.
Yes, but I'm saying
He
he
played
might
between
play sometime too.
Yeah, but as I said, our national team can't pick for America. Our players them not play consistently for their clubs.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like personally, bro.
Mhm.
Boza.
You done with Boyz?
No,
You done
yeah,
with
what?
Boyz?
Boza. No, I'm just. It's like, bro. Boza is like, yeah, saying a youth go to school from him of 6, and him reach 30 now, and him still can't do him ABC. Like Boza, bro.
They don't remember how they used to play.
Boza, bro. Boza fi be at least another level up. Him reach one level, he hit a ceiling for me. He's still.
JT. Okay, so saying that now, JT, right? Would you call him back in the next window?
This is the thing now. Actually, you have to call him back the next window due to Jamaica don't have a lot of options with strikers.
Exactly.
That's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. You have to call him. You know, because him will pop up and score the goal there. Is just that I think the way how Jamaica
like 15 chance to score one.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
JT,
Hmm?
Yeah,
would you be for
Hmm.
would you be for giving Kaheim Dixon more minutes?
Oh, of course. Uh,
And because the 10 minutes and the 5 minutes is not those minutes are not adequate.
oh yeah, I'm with that. I'm with anything to get
Yeah.
Kaheim Dixon playing. I'm for it.
Let me know. JPL will start.
Yeah, man.
Captain
yeah, man.
Cavalier.
man.
So,
Yeah,
being
man.
a chat really good.
Yeah, man. Anything to get that youngster some more playing time. I'm for it,
blessings.
bro. I'm for it. You know, so
Yeah, man.
but I'm not gonna just do it blindly doing a crispy where Kaheim Dixon need to get some time. Half time, throw him on. No, we still need our coach to assess the game and make the substitutions them accordingly. You see what I'm saying? I don't think
Okay.
because we want him to play, we need to just throw him in the game because he have to play half time. We still, I don't know. That's why I keep reminding people, bro. When we talk about specific players, Germany, I still want people to understand that I see Jamaican team bigger than any one player. This is why I'm so cutthroat when it come on to any player, because Jamaica is still gonna have a team regardless of who of them who come. Jamaica will always have a football team. All if the 23 players when the last window stop play, Jamaica still have a football team. And I'm still gonna support them. So
JT, once we start out the thing, right? We need a technical director, right? We don't have no playing staff, right? We need a technical director, right? Once we start out all this thing, right? And furthermore, we don't know what this coach contract is, right? We don't know what his contract, right? I think he was hired just to take us to the World Cup, right? So he's gonna use whatever player he's not doing any form of grassroots building or anything like that, right? But we need that. We don't have no playing style, JT, none, right? So we are gonna feel until we have an identity. Right now, we don't have none, and until we start to win, then all the name call everything will go away. But until we losing, it's gonna be finger pointing and name calling until the end of time.
I think it was really, I don't know who do this schedule. Why them schedule a World Cup qualifier game before the Gold Cup? It would have been more ideal where the Gold Cup, where the teams leave their the summer schedule and hit farm going into the, because Jamaica is, you know that statistically Jamaica always come out cold in their first game when they start a window. If you really look back, we always come out cold. Remember the Canada Nations League, we lose a yard, go over there, warm up and win. You see, we always, St. Vincent, we go down there cold the other day, come back, come win. So it's a tricky thing. The problem in this World Cup game is we can't cool.
Happen, JT? Do you know how this thing happened, the schedule and all that? We have more powers in Concacaf than North and Central America, right? And we have more members, right? And we don't use it. There should not be a freaking World Cup qualifier before the World Cup. Before the World Cup.
I thought that was
should
odd.
be after. And these guys won't use them power by helping to set the schedule. Every time a schedule always come out, we always get the back end of it. And USA and Mexico always get the perfect schedule, right? The man them need to use them powers. You don't have members, you don't have power. We should not have played a World Cup qualifier before this shit. Excuse my language.
Yeah.
You understand?
All right. We click off at we click off at 2.5. Oh, I know. So me have to go work on morning. So thank you for passing through,
man,
Jeremy. Crispy. Yeah, DC boss. I think Brian Martin passed to Travis Peso.
Yo, big up JT, big up on yourself.
Yeah, man. We catch up on these days. All right.
Man, as I respect, man. Take
All
care of
right.
yourself.
Yeah, man. Thank you, guys. Thank everybody who joined the show tonight, people. Yeah. So they know how go on, people. They know say, heavy work in the week. So, and right now, people, I'm not doing too many shows. No, it's maximum 2 show a week. Maximum 2 show a week, people, right now, until football start. At least that's what I think. I don't see the sense of one tackle. Jonathan Russell fell off his bicycle yesterday. Why McLaren never pick him? I'm not gonna do that. Like, I don't really have that time anymore. Yeah, it look like him road boy drink up the wine and junk up and gone in bed. Road boy, you gone in bed? You gone in bed? Road boy, you had to sleep? Me I hear about call the TV in the background to rot it. Okay, look like him. I don't know. Like him gone in bed, people. Him did a call the show earlier, but couldn't make road boy run off a car off a road. Yeah, road boy. Brother, road boy, I have to speak up in me. I end the show right now. I'm not hearing him. Ah, this bugger nice. People, we take a call for him tomorrow. How am to that brother, yeah, man? Last time this road boy. Last time, I don't know when I do this. I don't know if I try. Ring me back. Road boy, you hear me?
God have mercy.
I waste my time in the evening, you know, dog. In time some call, I think them become too superstar for the show. Me have work, come on, me have call you, I hang up, yeah, take time for you to answer me back. People, really appreciate everybody coming through today. You know, so I shouldn't take a call. Me give me 5 minutes. Road boy, I have to talk quick. Me I hear, me not hear you a while ago, or you not hear me. Me don't know. What's going on?
God have mercy.
Business, man. You have time for wait. Me tell you, yeah, you like Lanes, rude boy vex. Him want to take over my show in a prime time. Like, him now go come and come talk the football. Like how we did a talk the football, bro. So rude boy have to have him own segment. Yeah, him can't come on when certain discussion because he's not gonna come add something analytical to the show. I just rude boy. I go just do rude boy business. So rude boy have to know that. Say him have him own segment. Cause you know, like you go a show you bunty them or you beanie them at work, and then you have Tanto blocks them. I go run on. Tweet, little tweet, you know, rude boy them I go run out. But you can't have them man they run out when Drake them a perform that. You see me I say? And we did have some people on the show, Crispy, them did make some points, and I think it was a pretty good discussion. You see me I say, if Rude Boy and I understand it, that's why I tell Rude Boy I say need to watch more the football and study the ball game so him can have proper discussion with me, because every day can be just the Rude Boy. And him a call back right now, I'm not depend that right now. The show done. People, bless up on yourself here. Big up yourself, Stefan. Long time my boss. Travis, Special, Conrad, Unstoppable, and Nesra. Jay Shy. Big up yourself down there, my boss. Boss Thomas, Football Guru, BM, Unseen Sports, J. Saguna, TV, Colin Quest, Jeremy Lee, David Smith, everybody, J. Any Weather, anybody me forgot, Wayne Sewer, RR. I think ball I kick them did all pass through, you know. Emoji boss, big up yourself, my G. Thank you for the super chat. And Just Single, people, go over there and check out the artist Just Single. Where am they? Check out Just Single. Yeah, man. Good artist out of Florida, Jamaican. Ma do him thing. It's all in them pass through as well. Everybody, Uptown 1G. And everybody will pass through. Bless upon yourself. When we are gonna do a next show again? I think, bro, for me now it's just we pop some show in here and there, and most of my shows them coming forward now until football or something happen. It's just gonna be debates and lively discussion. That's what I'm on right now. There's nothing new about Jamaican football right now. So when you see me come on, it's an actual debate, bro. It's an actual debate till we get closer to the squad and we get closer. Big up yourself, Carissa. Big up yourself, Big D Length, Squad Arc in the building. You know, when the squad dropping, close to when the squad dropping May, then we can start discuss playing, team potential starting. No, it's just we're gonna hash out our differences over some tough discussion, some tough topics. That's what we're doing right now. until football start play again. Or I would have to make up some stories come telling us that a player come, that player getting passport next week. I don't have time for that, bro. I really don't have the. It's just doesn't feel fulfilling at all. Big of yourself, Travis. So we're just gonna have some discussion. A lot of times, some of these discussions we start them in the WhatsApp group. We and cryptic them, fatal flare. Who else? We go at it sometimes. Where next? I think Shaquille, them Malik, Javan Wilson, Javan, them Javan. Yeah, we are them there. We did some more time. We have some discussion in there, and then we may say, yeah, this is something that we can take public and discuss these things. Because that's what we do it, and we'll be back, people. Yeah, we'll be back. Today's what? Tuesday, Monday. It's Tuesday now. Have work tomorrow. Oh God, be a bank holiday. I want whole person probably Joe to my car, midnight. Yo, brother, government just come like one leech. They just under your skin, dog. You can't. What is them charge me for, God Almighty. Oh man. I think I come out light bill, this bill, yeah. Jesus Christ. Grandmother, that's a Papa Jesus. Yo, bro. Them place that. Because see here, uncle, bro. I did bank holiday, so say midnight now, so then just dive off in your account, government just chuck off in your account now and start a feast. Start a feast on your little bro. Them place, you can't raise your head above you can't raise your head above water, brother. As you try to put aside any procurement, the government just just send to deep sea dive in their account. Say, yeah, just go and clean out under them, man. People a slavery, dog. A slavery. I go up on the slave tomorrow. Maybe break up 5 o'clock and go up on the slave tomorrow. That's what they do. You get on the slave tomorrow and get slaving. That's what we do, bro. People, big up on yourself. We link up until next time, All right, we'll catch up this week.